Baka, baka, baka. 202. Better hear what I've got to say because you won't get it again.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Well, put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't. Yeah, GYBB, get your balls back. WWDD, what would Dante do? Sexual Revolution's being podcasted. I'm excited. Yo, what up? I didn't feel like coming out, but it's a nice day, summer. It's a lot of little red snapper running around in the street in bike shorts today.
It's opening day.
It's opening
here
day
in New York City.
It's Bat Day.
Yeah.
Guess who's bat?
Guess who's back?
Guess who's giving out the bat?
Oh boy, free bat day, is that what you're
Free
saying?
Bat Day.
For the first 10,000 women
And
in a sundress. in New York City?
unlimited. If not, I'll call my boy Harry or my boy Punisher,
Sure.
and you'll give out a little bat.
Springtime.
All day.
I mean,
all day, every day.
but for Punisher, it's always opening day.
It is.
Yeah. My bat is corked.
Yeah. Out there slamming them.
Yeah, Jesus.
I don't. You like the bike shorts? I don't like the bike shorts.
Yeah?
I like the sundress.
I've
I'm not
been
a
known-
shorts person.
Yeah, I know that you're weirdo.
I'm not a
Nah,
weirdo. I
I'm a
don't-
sundress too, bro.
I like a sundress too, but to
Yeah.
say I don't like a little shorty bike
Well,
short.
hold on. Bike shorts are tight and they're just spandex shorts. I don't like it.
Son, you hear what he
Yeah,
said?
no.
I tell you, it was
Bike
crazy.
shorts are.
You was like, I'm with the sundress, but
I like the sundress.
Yeah, I didn't even catch the anti-bike
it was
short.
anti.
I don't like it.
The short ones.
How short are we talking now? Where are we going?
You know me. How long you know me? How long you know me?
Hold on, because hold on. Bike shorts, ladies' bike shorts. Let's.
If
see.
you were gonna buy fish, it would hold 12 pounds of fish in them. Like a
12 pounds of fish. Are you talking this? Look at
Let me
this.
see.
Hold on.
Look
I know
at
we
you.
can't show the
You
listeners.
got
yet.
viruses.
Are we talking?
No, my
That's
friend.
bike shorts.
You shut your mouth.
That's bike
now.
shorts.
Go spandex shorts.
Spandex shorts. Hold on. Spandex shorts. And we're going to show the listeners in a second. Spandex shorts. Yeah, I mean,
Come
this
on,
is not
go
the
on.
best example because this is like an Asian chick. I understand you want some beef in that, but it doesn't do anything.
You
for me. I
gotta
don't
look
like
at it on like the Fashion Nova website.
Fashion Nova.
Is that the?
All right, I'm going to send these to Dominic because I don't.
Dom, let me see. I'm gonna send him. Let me go on mine because I may or may not have something on my algorithm that might.
I don't know why. I just don't like. Short. I'd rather yoga pants than the shorts. I don't know why the
Son.
shorts.
See Brown over there in the corner.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
but-
swing that around.
Hold on, let's see. Yeah, that's fashion. That's because that model.
That's fine. I'm talking more
with-
like this.
I would
I'm
like
talking like
that.
that.
That's not bike shorts.
Yeah, son, that's shorts.
That's not bike shorts though, man. That's
It's
those are
spandex.
Daisy Dukes, bro.
Those are not Dukes. Dukes
No.
are
My man,
traditional.
my man.
Yes.
Yeah,
but
that's anything. She
that's
puts
the
that in.
long end.
Those are drawers, like.
Yeah, what you're showing is under. Thank you.
Son,
This is what happens. Is he goes like this is the same argument we had with baby hair, but what you're showing me are like Daisy Dukes level. They're like like boy shorts
Now
almost.
there's long ones.
That's yoga pants.
That's
Nah,
not.
that's like
Basically.
yoga-
I mean,
That's
basically.
leggings.
Leggings/yoga
Leggings.
pants.
Here you go. There you go.
Let me see. Yeah, that's not bike shorts.
That's spandex shorts.
That's boy shorts.
That's not.
No,
boy-
they're still spandex is the material, bro.
spandex.
There's no thigh covered in that, which I'm fine with. I like that. But that's not bike shorts.
Son, I didn't say bike shorts.
You did say bike
You
shorts.
said. I said spandex shorts. You said bike shorts. I don't care if she rides a bike.
I understand that. No one's saying. I don't care if she does
You want me to know
yoga.
if it's official
I don't care
bike
if she
shorts
does
for
yoga.
the Tour de France? You think it's just about her riding a bike?
It's not about the
You
bike riding.
said bike shorts.
You said spandex shorts. That's what I think. Hold on.
And that is spandex shorts.
The issue is not the span. It's not the material. Why are we debating the material? It's the cut of the
You
length.
said.
And you didn't correct me for the
I
last
said
20 minutes.
He's assuming that you understood
That's fine.
what was going
Listen,
on.
like-
I knew exactly what he was
Of
talking
course,
about.
you know what? Because you're a filth ball. As if Harry's not a filth ball.
I am a filth ball. I just have different filth that I prefer. I'm not saying I would turn down a woman in
yeah,
bike
but
shorts.
he did do anti.
Yeah, you was anti. anti little shorts.
Look, I'm just trying to promote sundresses, and you guys are turning it into this
What
is like
I like
abortion,
to call
anti-abortion.
I like to call a gooch hammock.
Yeah.
Spandex shorts.
But you specifically said I don't like them.
Yes.
Which is odd.
Okay, if you look up spandex shorts,
crazy.
ladies,
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more.
I didn't say that.
I like women.
No. No, fella in bike shorts. That's a different story here. No, you look up spandex shorts. Whatever. It doesn't
Look at
matter. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
You said bike shorts.
I did say bike shorts. But then you called me crazy for bike shorts. So I don't like bike shorts.
also, he has also told me that there's an ass. Sometimes his ass is too big.
On your feed, they're too
Look
big.
at you.
but
Did you see the anger he had in his face when he? There was hatred in his eyes.
I understand. But
Look how he looked at you.
you like the super heavyweight
Look
division.
how he.
I understand. I understand.
Disgust.
You guys like competing in the super heavyweight division. I like, sometimes I like a nice bantamweight, middleweight.
I like this. I wanna.
Harry's like wants vegan butts.
No,
Yeah.
I like nice Latina Selma Hayek.
Come on, man. You can't say Latina and
Latina
be
Selma
anti.
Hayek.
You can't be.
That's not real.
The only
Latina,
difference
man.
between black women's butts and Latina butts is black Latinas have two dewdrop asses and
Versus
basketball ass. Black girls have dewdrop is where the weight, like teardrop, like the weight's on the bottom.
sure.
Just goop, it's like where.
I understand the physics of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
a rounder shape all around.
Yeah, but I'm good with both.
I'm not turning down, but again,
Plus,
preferences.
there's some in the lab mutated white girls out there that's doing it way big. Like I just showed you that one. I just
The
showed
Pogs?
You. The Pog, I love her.
Yeah, Pogs are good.
Oof.
What's her name from Uncut Gems was a Pog. That one,
You
forget.
be
One who was
talking
dating
stuff.
Kanye for a minute.
Julia Fox.
Julia Fox. Thank you,
How do
Dominic.
y'all know names and stuff?
Because
Yeah,
it swept on not just the film, but she was in there for a minute. She was dating Kanye for a minute, right, Dom?
I think so. Yeah.
How the fuck do you know, Dom?
I'm young. I'm a social media kid.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
always on social
First,
media.
yo, what up, Dom? What the fuck
Hey,
is going on?
You already know.
I heard you. He got a sound
You got your own sounder. Dom gets in one relationship. Now he's got the sounder. He's got his confidence. He got his groove back.
Let me just say for the record, Dom got a cute little honey.
He does.
Little honey
Oh,
on
here
the
we go.
roster. Bro! Bro, you just peed? Did you wash your hands?
I did wash
All right, good.
Bro, I always wash my hands.
Good.
With soap. And water too. It's soap.
Like you could do soap without water?
No, okay.
There's a microphone in
I
it.
have, I'm not kidding, like there is this dude at my work back in the day. He would talk to me about like how in America shaking your hands is the shit. You know, you make an agreement, you shake my hand.
Sure.
That's a deal. And then I went to use the bathroom. I was peeing. This
he
dude
didn't-
walked
he
in.
didn't
He
eat.
peed, and then he just walked out. And I asked him too. I was like, "Yo, what's up?" And he's like, "Oh, my dick is clean." I'm like, "Shut up, dude." That's the arrogance. That's the arrogance.
Let me tell you something. I wash my hands before I pee and then after.
And then once you get out of the room,
Because I
you
want to
touch the
make
door.
sure I don't put no germs on my.
And then you wash your hand once you get out of the door because you touch the door handle.
Nah, I do
Yeah,
the
now you got
elbow.
two
Well, I touched the hand.
once you get in your
use
car-
the napkin.
You use a napkin.
Yeah.
Napkins, but no condoms. is what
And
we call it.
yeah. and what else I do? Is,
I mean, of course, Harry.
and what else I do? Literally,
I am delivered. I don't like men no
Okay,
more.
why?
I like women.
That's not.
Yeah,
you
you
just
know.
you just love playing that. That one has no reference. I'm not sure which one of us is gay in that situation.
Yeah. Yo, and I only take a leak with my left hand.
Okay, that's
Bro,
interesting.
can you
Just
lift
from a
your...
respectful standpoint.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I would too, but my dick is heavy. I need both hands.
You need both hands. It's pretty
I'm
funny.
sorry, I don't
That's
have a
pretty
light
funny.
dick like you.
Nobody believes you.
Yeah. Just get in
You
the
don't
gym,
have
bro.
big dick energy. Man.
That's the thing, bro. You gotta be covert. You can't be like showing around like, yo, I got big dick. That doesn't work that way.
He's trying to
Oh,
be
really?
Clark
Is that
Kent.
true?
Yeah.
What do you think about that, my friend?
Well, I mean, I don't know how to switch the energy up because I never not had a big dick, right?
See? And
doesn't
he
know
don't walk
anything.
around like, yo, look at me, I got big dick. He don't
Yeah,
do
he
that.
does. He got a neon sign that hooks up to his back. Just,
Yeah.
He's got a billboard outside his
but
apartment.
he didn't buy it. Somebody gave it to
Yeah,
him.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah.
This girl
dude.
gave it to him.
That's good, bro.
Do order it on do order a lot of gray
On
sweats.
you can
Amazon.
get a lot of stuff now, customized
On
signs.
Amazon.
You got to advertise. You got to promote yourself. You got to get out there.
I always be on some creative. Like I tell you, I was just my church was shrinking, like it's
In the
shrinking,
wash.
and I'd have a whole stretcher thing.
The whole
with
system going.
weights and shit, pulleys. I gotta find a better way.
There's a couple in my algorithm, like they know like what I need. So it's like
yeah.
I get a lot of custom shirt ads for big guys.
Big
Yeah, like custom tees or whatever.
dudes.
Yeah, yeah.
They
But
hear you talking. The
they
mic
do.
works. The
And
mic
they're
is
like,
on.
"Hey, do you need shirts for fat guys that are tighter on the top but looser on the bottom?" I'm like, "Yes, I do."
Yes, I do. How did you know?
Classic fit tees or whatever it is. I haven't ordered yet, but
How
I'm
did you-
considering it.
How did you know? This is the
But
best.
it's a whole system. One place they go like, "Listen, we're going to send you 3 shirts, and then you pick the one that fits, and then we send you on a." Then we come back. There's a whole system.
You gotta pick what fruit you are.
Yeah, yeah. What?
You don't know what fruit.
What?
They like you ever
So
seen that?
you're not going to play the drop on that one when you call me a fruit?
No,
Now
no.
you're not going to? Doesn't even make any sense. You don't know what you're doing tonight.
There we go. Shit, it isn't,
Yeah, forget
it's
it.
Too late now.
Yeah.
Fuck
It's
it.
wild. You're all over the place. This hot chick summer opened up. You lost your mind because of the
Red
bike
s-
shorts.
Red Snapper April, I call it. Yeah. What's going on, guys? How's everything good? Everything good? Summer's here. It's about to go down.
Yeah, these
Dom,
guys. This
Dom's in the building. Got a little cutie patootie, right? Oh, shit.
Let me ask you this, because this generation doesn't know. The younger kids don't know the yoga pants. I love the leggings and the yoga pants situation. That didn't exist like 15 years ago.
No, it wasn't. That
You
was
didn't have that.
Like
Like,
that was. Are you when you said I never called it yoga pants. It was always spandex or just spandex pants or something.
Man, yoga pants wasn't around like 2010.
Nah,
no,
son, that was
or at least not like maybe in yoga. Like,
we grew up when bitches was wearing gauchos.
yeah, like women maybe would wear that to the gym, and they would, but nobody would wear that. A woman wouldn't wear that just out on the street.
No, they would work out, but it wasn't. They
wasn't-
just
it wasn't
start
like
wearing
just a
it in the
part of it.
street.
No,
Ah,
no.
yeah, okay, I
This
got you.
generation doesn't know. They're
And
lucky.
Tim Gunn from
Project Runway.
Project Runway. He was like, yoga pants is not a fashion statement. I'm like,
Well,
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered.
well, I think
I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women.
I don't think you'll ever catch Tim Gunn saying that.
no,
but that's all right.
no, he was.
But I remember, like, I don't know what. I remember when I was in high school. I was in Florida for the 2-year bid that I did in Florida. That fucking shithole.
You did a
but
skid bid.
I was in
Florida?
high school when thongs, like, became like popular for like younger girls started wearing thongs, like teenagers. Like that wasn't a thing when I was like in 8th grade, 7th grade. And they started wearing it, and just girls were, and also, you know what it was? Also thongs, and then the low-rise jeans became popular in the early 2000s.
Look, I never, when we were stripping, nobody came to the show without a thong on. Everybody had a thong. If they didn't have the thong on, they ain't had no panties.
Yeah.
Just free, I guess.
Yeah, but that might be a situation like everything in the black community. You guys had it first.
We do it
and
all
then we,
first.
We get it like 3 or 4 years
We
down the
set
line.
we set the.
Yeah, you set the trend.
I would only see women with the full panties if they were on there monthly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Otherwise,
yeah,
no.
I don't
Otherwise,
know.
it's always dumb.
Because I remember Lita was a big deal. Remember WWE Lita?
Yeah.
She was like, she was just wrestling like pants and a thong that would stick out, the whale tail.
Yeah, the top.
And then it became like, she blew up pop culture.
Yeah,
in
we
this
was
end,
doing that
but-
10 years before, son. Black girls was.
But
Black
I
girls
mean,
was doing that.
he's like he likes little butts, so he's
That's
gonna get
not-
more
not that I like
coverage
little
anyway,
butts.
Yeah, you like little butts.
I like,
He's like,
I like
know what
mid-level.
I know what you like, bro. I know what you like.
I know what he like. I know what he like. I know his style.
No, I will take a little bit, but you want, like I said, you want it massive. You don't mind the Brazilian butt lift.
I call no, no.
That's a big ass.
Not even a thing. In the black community, there's no such thing as a Brazilian butt lift. We didn't go to Brazil to get.
They call it a Brazilian butt lift, but it goes down.
But
I can show you some pictures from the Atlanta airport.
Yes, now, but there's big butts. There was always big butts in the.
Not everyone had a big butt. Now women are getting surgeries.
But we
and it's wild,
always,
yeah.
it was always a thing.
But I see what he's saying though. Like more black women has big butts.
Latinas and black women
And
tend.
white women is like we're gonna fill them up and compete.
The arbiters of cool have always been black people.
Sure,
we
no
always
doubt.
decide. Blacks and Indians.
Yes. Yes. Thanks for including us in there, bro. Trinidadians.
But the BBLs, I'm not a fan of. It's just too. I don't like it like unnatural.
I don't like it.
I like a nice
Why
natural
not?
ass.
What's wrong with you, man?
No, I like a nice like. I just
guy.
don't because it looks like it's just. I don't know. I don't like it.
But see, you're condemning all BBLs on a couple of bad jobs. That's what it is.
I think
there's
it's gone-
BBLs you admire that you don't know is a BBL.
I
don't
might,
even know.
but those are the good ones. But everything else is extreme. I don't like extreme stuff like that. Doesn't do it for me. There we go.
I'm not gay no more.
There we go.
I want to ask big enough that you could wash my face in it like a brook. Like I was.
Just scooping up water. You mean like a waterfall?
Anyway, let's get into it. How you been out there, bro? You
Oh,
good?
you're talking to me. Ah, sorry.
Nobody else.
No, I was looking at you in the
I'm
monitor.
handsome, right? I'm
Yeah,
stunning.
yeah. I was like, bro, that's nice sunglasses. You
Yeah, I'm stunning.
got. I gotta get those, bro. Oh.
Did you take an edible or something? What's
I'm
going on?
not
No,
gay
I-
no more.
He's right here.
I am delivered.
And I was thinking about it. I was like, dude, you got nice sunglasses. Though,
He does.
You know?
I got a lot of nice shit. I like nice shit. But here's what I would say. What happened? There was something that happened, and one of my boys called me, my little shorties called me, the guys I've been consulting with. DanteandHarry.com, click on consult. Stop playing and put up my cash out. Let's get this money going. Y'all be playing around. Big shout to Xavier, always in the building. That $10. Rest of y'all, come on, give me some money, god damn it. You don't need it. This is the last season of America anyway. The season finale, so don't be stingy. We all gonna die soon.
Did I hear that Outkast is pro? I saw a post, but I didn't look it
Big
up.
Boy.
Big Boy from Outkast? Oh, man, he's a sensible one, too. Andre
Not
3000 is
really.
a crazy one.
Nah, he said.
I would have thought.
That's what you thought. Nope.
What
Nope.
did he do that he announced it? Because it's...
They just, people don't understand, what you put on the internet is forever, my G. You can't.
Why now? It's the fourth quarter. Why would you jump in at the end at this point?
I don't think
you know
he
what I mean?
jumped in. I just think
It just discovered, got revealed?
So those who don't know, it's like we fuck Trump, and if you don't like it, suck my dick.
I was going to say kick rocks, but okay. Hit the bricks.
And but what happens is TLC was doing don't go chasing water. She came out as MAGA, which is
T-Bonds or which one?
Chili.
Chili. Okay.
Chili is Chili T. Left Eye passed.
I'm aware.
Who
Left
was-
Eye's gone.
Who was the cute one? The one that was
The problematic one, though, too.
yeah, the
She
one
burned
that
down Andre
somebody's
Rison's mansion.
Mansion, yeah.
Yeah, she burned down his whole fucking mansion.
Yeah, well, but you didn't ask what he did.
I did not, because I'm a man. There was no answer. There was gonna be like.
You don't know what he did, right?
So yeah, the TLC they were doing an interview because they're doing a tour. Or
They were
something.
doing a tour. It was
En Vogue.
En Vogue. Salt and Pepper.
right?
Actually, more like meat and gristle.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Listen, it's been 40 years. It's a lot. It's a lot.
mayonnaise and aioli.
Oh my goodness. Even Spinderella?
Spencer's still cute, but they jerked. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into
Whatever.
the black shit. But so she
they're
put
doing
up.
an
She was
interview.
like pro MAGA. She was giving to Trump and all kinds
Oh,
of shit,
Jesus.
and it got exposed. She also said was going all lives matter. She was like, I think all lives matter,
And
somehow,
she thought this would help move tickets in their direction for a primarily black female
I
audience.
know this was in the past. They
Oh,
dug
okay.
it up.
Ah.
And it popped up, and they were like, oh, and then they went back and who she donated and who she all kind. But what she did do was when they did the Michelle Obama as a man, when that conspiracy, there was a whole conspiracy about. They were trying to. MAGA was saying that Michelle Obama was a man.
Okay.
And she
They got some dumbass conspiracies.
She retweeted that. Which is funny because if you look at Melania's a stinking asshole, and she like the comparison of the classiness and the poise is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
anyway,
right.
So they found out, and then she tried to say, well, she hit the button by accident, which is. Then the internet went in on her. They found all her.
Is that the only thing she did? No, there's other stuff
No,
she did,
but
right? Okay.
that was what started it, and then they found out the Michelle Obama retweet, and then the Trump, and then the Charlie Kirk tweet,
Oh,
and
boy.
they start, and she got exposed, and so everybody's been in outrage.
So how does Big Boy catch a stray here?
So now they were like, because we had Snoop went down, right? And then Nelly, which nobody gave a fuck about Nelly.
No, he gives a shit.
Nobody. And then
What his
fucking
politics are.
Lil Wayne, I mean, we were hurt by Snoop because Snoop is
Lil Wayne
Ice
said
Cube too, right?
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube's not MAGA. Is he MAGA? Ice Cube?
Because he was trying to do a black financial plan called a platinum plan because
He's trying to run that credit
let's go for
card. He
niggas.
was trying to do that credit
Let's give it
card.
platinum.
Bro, I
Fuck
don't
gold plan. Let's go.
I don't think Snoop is like legit like MAGA, bro. I think he's just playing it.
I think he was just accepting the
Son,
gig.
no
here's
way.
my thing. At this point, I don't care.
Bro, I love him so much.
If
There's no way I'm
you-
gonna believe him.
If
Yeah.
you
You can't deliver food to that place.
Dog,
Don't- yeah.
they're bombing people, bombing schools. Son, I don't. If you can't stand up for it,
Yeah, at this point, it's like,
I'm not even.
I don't want to hear it.
I don't
I don't
wanna
want
hear
to. No, he's funny though. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I don't want.
I don't wanna hear
I'm
it.
not trying to hear none of it.
Forget
So-
about the PDF files, the whole thing. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, you smashing
Yeah.
kids and cannibalism and stuff, and you like, well, I like the policies. Yo, come on,
Yeah.
dog, stop playing.
But get back to Big Boy.
Yeah, what happened with Big Boy?
So once they started looking in the Chile, they
Oh,
was
boy.
like, well, who else? And they start once the
So
internet.
he caught it straight.
He caught it straight. He was on the quiet shit, right? Him and then
It's like the RICO Act. It took everything. Started
everybody got
who's connected.
Big Boy.
Everybody from the 90s to 2000s. Oh man,
What's the dude
Bone
that?
Thugs and Harmony better watch out.
What's his name? The dude that used to hold up the umbrella for Puff
Farnsworth?
Diddy, Farnsworth. But he
Farnsworth,
might have watched. They start looking at everybody.
Let me
and
tell you
Andy-
something. Farnsworth has been really quiet. He's not in that
silent.
documentary.
But he got fucked over for a lot of money and shit and pumps.
Yeah, but that would still be a reason to do the documentary. You know what I mean? If you're fucked over for
But
money.
didn't he get caught stealing?
Yeah, he got caught
He
stealing.
got caught
Farnsworth
stealing.
did?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He
right.
got caught stealing. That's why he got mixed
Yeah,
up.
and you know, Diddy probably kicked his ass in a towel, and that was it was a wrap.
Beat him with
Anyway.
that umbrella.
Yeah, and then they just start snatching, looking, and now there's a whole list
Oh,
of
man.
everybody, all the hip hoppers, the 50 Cent,
50, man?
yeah, 50. You know,
I want
don't
to see
know.
what 50 does because 50 just does business. Like,
Yeah, but yo,
I know what you're saying, but
I don't give a fuck, son. So, but you know how I get. Once you come out as being racist, son, I don't watch. If you do a commercial for I can't believe it's butter, nigga, I mean butter.
so you're
from
not
now.
saying you're not gonna go see Ye in concert?
I ain't gonna lie. You seen the setting, the stage,
I've not. I've heard it looks
amazing. Yo, can
fantastic,
you
but-
show that? Then we got to get into some relationship shit.
But I'm not a.
Because I'm fucking. But
But Ye is back. Everyone forgot about the
Nah.
Nazi stuff. Oh, he's back. He just
Nah,
sold out
I-
several stadiums.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He had more people and more money on that concert than
Europe's not
in
letting
the
him in,
history.
but in America, he's
Yeah.
back, bro.
No, they're not. Listen, people still listen to R. Kelly, son. Stop playing.
Say
Yeah,
one more
yeah.
time what you need me to pull up. Kanye.
Just Kanye, the stage,
The concert, the live, just the recent
the
tour.
thing with the world. It looks
Yeah.
like a whole Well, it's crazy.
I
son.
did hear that when he's yelling at his crew while he's doing it, like he stopped the song a couple times in the middle of it.
Oh, and
Like
screaming at
in the
people,
stadium, like, yo,
cussing
the
people.
lights, I don't like the lights, like stuff that you should be doing in like a dress rehearsal.
Yeah, he's wow. He's wow.
He's still a maniac.
I think we also look at him as like he's just crazy. You know, like he's a crazy uncle.
He's so crazy that you
Yeah.
let it fly.
Yeah. he's
Sonny,
getting away with
nobody
it.
lets it fly, but we just go.
Let me tell you something. If Kanye was your cousin, you would have.
Look at that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Son,
that's
Wow.
great.
that's crazy.
Now, is he standing on Poland?
He's
or
standing
is he
on
invading,
top.
or
No,
France?
that's not.
He's
Where's
Where's he invading?
He's in Canada.
Yeah.
Looks like he's in Canada. But then he does
standing
the
in Crimea.
he does the
Crimea.
moon and shit. It was crazy. It was phenomenal, right?
It's beautiful though.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. So and people was like, and you know the music is still good and he's still a crazy. But yeah, I won't spend $1.
You won't, but
You
people
know.
people are, which is
Yeah, well, you know, I can't fuck with Liam Neeson. You know, I don't fuck with Liam
Yeah.
Neeson, and black people love Liam Neeson. So
I think his circumstance is a little bit different than
Nope.
Kanye. Yes, it is. Because
How?
he's saying that he was telling a story about when he was racist and how stupid he was. I think that's different than
let me ask you something. I don't know a lot of Mets fans, right?
what about
But anybody that's a Mets fan, they're a Mets fan. Their daddy was a Mets fan. Their grandfather was a Mets fan, and they never switched to the Dodgers, son. So all you can't.
You don't believe people can change? I'm not saying most people.
I don't. You know how I feel about people changing. I think change is something that is very difficult. People stay at the core who they are, unless of course they have something that's catastrophic.
Yeah.
A catastrophic difference that makes them go, I got to make a change. I worked.
Do you think would that change, like say, like the way you're informed for a period of time, and then you have that loyalty
would say so, yeah.
to that information?
How long have
And
you been
then-
programmed into you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
but if you are one of those people that is willing to learn, it can't take you that long to figure out.
Even then, it's difficult to. I think
I mean,
that
it is
you have to
definitely
have
difficult
something
because
catastrophic. That is the moment that
Well,
you go.
I don't know.
I think
can't-
it's changing now, though, bro. Because before, if you want to learn, you are like so engulfed in that same environment, you kind of like, okay, this is probably the norm.
Yeah,
but now,
of course.
But now with the social media and being like, now you're getting
There's a
information.
lot more stimulation
Yeah,
and-
and you're
and
getting information
visuals
from
and
the
that, yeah.
people on the other side.
You mean about race? You talking about when it comes to race?
Everything. Like I think
Well, when you're
as a
talking about race,
civilization,
race is no different.
No, I'm saying like the ignorance. Now, if you're a racist, you got to be racist because you hate someone, not because you're
That's not
ignorant.
true.
Back in the day, there are racists.
Well, I
that
get what
were
you're saying.
ignorant.
There's no excuse for ignorance. It's out there. The info is out there. Now you're
Now
choosing
there is no
to
excuse
ignore
to
it.
be ignorant. Yeah,
They
that's what I'm-
always choose to do
like
that.
like because when I moved to West Virginia, and people would come and ask me questions which are like really dumb. Like I'm like, dude, a little Google search would help you out. Why are you like taking time to ask me? And even then, I didn't have but
Wait,
I'm like,
what was the thing you said? Cushions? What the fuck did you?
questions? Like people come
Questions.
and ask you questions.
Questions?
Questions,
Yo,
yeah.
Nigga, you better say question right. I don't know what the
Okay.
fuck.
Like people,
Cushions? You mean like on a cooch?
cushions,
Cooch,
yeah. Cushions. But you see, my point is like back then, at least like okay, you don't have internet, maybe so you don't know. But now I'm like, yo, why are you asking me that?
I
Like,
think
go
it's
Google
even
it.
more, it's worse now. Here's why it's worse. I feel like you have so much information now that you can't discern between.
No, I agree with you. Like it's probably worse.
So it's worse.
but now I don't have a patience for someone who's racist anymore.
Yeah, but that's
Before
not what
it's
we're
like-
talking about. We're talking about the person who is. You're missing what was the point you were making?
Like-
was that people are like that, but because there's so many other opinions, they have an opportunity to change.
Well, my point is like your theory is right before, like earlier when people
My
didn't
theory
have.
is always right.
But
go
now
ahead.
that people are getting access to information, I think if someone is willing to change, it's easy for them to change.
But why
before-
would they change?
Because, I mean, that, I think, before.
You're
to-
exposed to more stuff.
Yeah, like,
And
If
What
you-
makes
so
you
for
change?
example-
What makes you
So-
reject where you're comfortable to do something different.
So you grew up in an Amish environment,
Okay,
right?
don't do
let me
that.
just
Don't
give
me
you an
the
example.
don't do the hypothetical.
No, no,
But
I
here's
want to
but I'm
clarify.
asking you a question.
I want to clarify.
Answer my question.
Okay.
What would make somebody want to change?
The wanting to change.
There's no such thing.
I
think
could
you-
literally one day wake up and I would have a conversation with someone. I'm like, yo, I want to explore that, because like the thing is,
That's not different. We're
if someone
talking
is-
about you have. What we're talking about, and this is a good segue into the relationship stuff, because what happens is you have a certain ideology, right? You've programmed yourself into this
No, that's
particular
where I'm
ideology. Let me
disagreeing.
finish.
Yeah.
And now you're saying I want to change. My point is, my question to you is, what makes you want to change? Nobody changes. Nobody wakes up and wants to change.
Okay.
People wake up and they're miserable. They don't like
True.
their life.
True.
They've had tragic situations. There's some kind of calamity, and then they decide to change.
Okay. What about access to information? You know, like for example, you don't know anything about a group of people, and then all of a sudden you start seeing stuff about them on your Instagram feed, and now you're like, wait a minute, I used to think that way about them, but maybe
What's
this is
this?
the truth.
What am I doing?
Scrolling.
Scrolling.
Why would I scroll? Because it don't interest me.
But
And
but,
if-
No, I
but
think,
no,
I think
no,
Dante,
if you-
even if it doesn't interest you, I think so
if you-
much more of it is available to
Yeah.
people.
But there's
that
so much
that
more
it
on both
changes the
sides.
generation.
I don't.
There is, but you're exposed to certain things that prior to like the internet and social media, you wouldn't be exposed to. Like in the 70s and the 60s, people, I mean, were derogatory towards homosexuals and Jews, and you never met one.
Yeah.
And then when you're discovering, like, oh, my favorite actor is a homosexual, or this person's Jewish, or I know somebody at school who is. So you become like they're just regular people. They don't
mean,
have
you're still
horns. They don't
right.
have all this stuff, and it does impact this
I'm
generation.
gonna tell you why.
It impacts
Let me
this
tell you what,
generation.
and this is an argument that we have all the time.
Sure.
Because you tend to be, and the people who are around me tend to be more open-minded. All you motherfuckers think everybody's like
No, I
you.
don't think everybody's like me, but generationally,
Yeah, you do.
it's a different generation.
We all do. We all.
But
think,
I think don't you say with the new Gen Z, I see them much more open-minded than
Yeah, but
like,
why are they more open-minded?
because they have access to, like, you know, I still agree with what you're saying, but those catastrophic incidents.
Okay, so how do you get how do you get a
easier
Charlie
now.
Kirk, Turning Point USA, red hat wearing racist white dude who has no real knowledge about anything, no real knowledge of it. He's born into that.
But-
you become people are stupider than ever. They believe what they're told, and then they're in that space, and then because they're in that space, they get programmed in that space, and they don't think that anything's beyond that. And then everything outside of that, you got to understand something. There's a really different thing that happens when it comes to confidence. There's a certain level. It's funny. I was just listening to this debate. This guy was debating. The guy was a MAGA dude, and he was debating about race science. Right? He was like, he goes, I believe that the sub-Saharan Africans have a lower IQ, and I believe it's something that has to do with the environmental blah 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 blah. And then he goes, that's why. And then the colder climate. There's this theory about colder climates and white people being smarter because they have to be more ingenuitive to survive in the colder climate and blah 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 blah. And so the guy goes, well, what about Asians? They're from the colder climates. Why is their IQ overall
Higher than everybody in
higher
America.
than yours? Yeah, but it's it's negligible. Yeah, but if you have this
Yeah,
is
that's
the
an
problem.
idiotic theory. Yeah.
Because it doesn't pan out.
Right.
So explain to me why. What is it? And not only that, it's
You're not going to change
warmer.
those people.
So
You're not going to change
that's-
all those people, but there are other people who do change.
Yeah.
The middle ground changes a lot more. Look, I mean, we're more accommodating to. Look, it's still shitty. I'm not saying it's not. It's still shitty, but it is,
But I'm more
by your own
hopeful.
words, better than it's ever been.
I think you believe it's better than it's ever been because of the algorithm.
Yeah.
They're showing you the
No,
parts.
I'm not going by
worse than it's
algorithm.
ever
No,
That's
no,
true,
hold
but-
on. You have said that
Yeah.
it's better than it's ever
the
been,
people
and it's
who
still
are worse
shitty.
are worse. The people who are open to learning and open to think they've always been open to learning, and they maybe have access to more to change. I'll give you an example. Let's put this on because we spend a lot of time talking about this, and this guy's talking about relationships. Here's the thing: guys think because a woman is attractive that he should do whatever he has to do to get her. That is a etched in stone kind of thinking.
It's a mentality,
If
yeah.
I do more, then she'll like me. And what is the point? The point is, the more you do, the less she likes you. And I'm not saying you can't do good things for women or whatever, or you can't. We're talking on a human level. When you give, when you give open access to male, female, or otherwise, and you're not dealing with somebody who's mature enough to understand to evaluate the value of somebody, right? You will think lesser of the access that you have because of the ease in which you have access.
Yeah.
But every guy thinks, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get a guy. I don't have enough money. I'm not this. I'm not. She's prettier. I could never get this girl. I'm above my league. This is what guys think.
Well,
And so what we're trying to do here every day is to tell men that what their
now,
belief system is
to your point,
contrary.
Now,
Yeah.
to your point, has not have the number of marriages gone down, right? Relationships, people getting engaged has gone down. It's changed because dudes are finding this type of information from people like you, and unfortunately from red pill people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's
The number of
happening-
people
but
dating
we
has
can't-
changed.
I
People
don't-
having
I don't
kids
know
is lowered,
enough.
gone lowered.
We're making a generalization without the data. And what I would say is this. Women still initiate divorce at 80%. 80% of the women. And why is that? Because socially and economically, women have
Because
they
people get
can
married way
pursue.
too young. People who get married always get
Not
married
just
way
that,
too young.
but
and-
women didn't have the opportunities to
Sure,
sustain
yeah.
themselves, and the
Yeah.
fact that women have the ability to make decisions on their own. This is this primary example, and no offense.
But
to,
that's also
No
tolerance.
offense to Vishnu, see how I said that like I gave a fuck. The Indian dudes, Arab dudes, because of the fact that there was marriage and the cultural exam, you're supposed to get married. You're supposed to get married at a certain time, and so women will get in a marriage, stay in a marriage, whereas the Americanization of women now go. I could,
I want to address that.
right?
Yeah, and you're so right. And this generation is not doing that anymore. If you go to Hyderabad right now, women are
Where?
not in Hyderabad, India.
Hyderabad.
Yeah, like
Where
you
is
know,
that?
see, like the perception is that before all the environment people grew up is
You
you're-
keep throwing words in. You're gonna have to explain what the fuck you're talking about.
Environment.
Environment,
Oh,
yeah.
Environment.
Nigga, I thought that
Okay, I'm
was a
trying,
tribe.
bro.
Didn't
But
you
let
think
me
that was a
finish.
tribe
But let me not lose my thought.
All right,
So
it's probably gonna happen anyway.
no, like back in the day, like women are taught, like, dude, you got to take care of your family. You got to take care of
yeah,
your
the
kids.
cultural norms.
Yeah, and then, and no, nothing happened. Just women got more information now, and also
And more
the culture of-
opportunity.
and the culture of oppression, because India got independence and now it's growing bigger.
And let me
So-
say this: it's not
so-
just Indian. That in America, your wife was your possession.
Yeah, it used to be, but now it's like, that's why when people say divorces are going up, but healthy relationships are going up too. So like, let them divorce if they're not happy. And that thought is like, that used to be like, even like 20 years back in India would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But now that
10
is a
years
regular
ago,
thought.
5 years ago,
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a regular
in
time
certain
now.
But that's
places,
change in progress, though, is it
culturally,
not?
yes. But here's but then we can't. What we got to look is like causation doesn't create correlation. Like just because something is happening at the same time doesn't necessarily.
What do you think the reason is that less people are getting married?
Oh, it's easy.
What's that?
It's
Women
it's
are-
the women. The women make
Yeah.
the choice. The women push marriage. So what happens is the young woman, when she's at her peak, their standard of what a man has to be married now, the money you make, your height, your look, how you provide, the material you can bring, is at this high standard.
Yeah.
And so you got 90% of the women looking for 5% of the guys.
Not even
And-
5.
and
yeah,
some-
less
95.
than 1%.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
some
and-
women are empowered. They don't even want to look for a man. Like they're
and-
like,
and
dude,
Some that
yeah.
too. They want.
Yeah.
I want my
And-
career.
And
Yeah.
then so what happens is then when they can't find that man, they put the focus on self. And
Yeah.
they do. They become successful. They make money or whatever
Yeah.
the case may be. But they still have this elitism of an idea of what their
I'm
mate
the,
needs
how
to
many
be.
times you heard
So-
people go, "I'm the table"? women go,
Right, yeah.
what do you bring to the table? I am the table. Like,
So the thing is, that feels anecdotal, but so does my point. You know what I mean? Like they both feel like they're both theories, and I'm looking at
Well,
it,
here's what
and I
I'm-
don't
he-
agree with that. But then I
you
don't
agree
have
with it or
anything
you don't agree?
No, I don't agree with it. But I
that
also
what?
don't
That
have
women have
anything-
opportunity?
That's why. That
so
there's less
why do you
marriages.
think do you so why
I
do
think
you
dudes have seen people get wrecked in divorces and they don't want to do that anymore. You're like, I'm not giving away half my shit. I'm not paying child
but
support.
chill. The
Yeah.
marriages usually come at a younger age, so it's no half a shit to whoever to give up. The marriages are not happening young.
Not even half.
because the women
Forget
are
about
not
finances.
choosing those
Just
men.
like I've seen my uncle go through a divorce. He's got to pick
But
up
how
his
old was
kid.
he?
Whatever it is, you've seen it enough, and you see it more and more, and you see it online more and more. You see the high-profile
Okay,
celebrity
wait,
divorces.
Stop.
and you're like,
Wait, stop.
Yeah.
You're saying what? Let me get your point.
My point is, guys they do not want to get married because it's a liability business-wise,
Okay.
and it's a problem.
Here, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Guys who run into a baddie, that they think is hotter than they've ever. They marrying her.
That's what I'm saying.
They're marrying her.
Statistically, it's not the case.
But
though.
but you're speaking as you think the guy is controlling the narrative.
He's not.
He's not. The women control the narrative.
Women
Almost
are
every guy
desperate
that
to find
does
a
get
dude,
married
and
is
they're
It's
because
pressured.
It's pressured by the woman.
So with
They're
that
pressured by
said,
the woman.
What would be your advice to men?
What would be
with
what?
that said, like how would you advise men to proceed in this situation?
I think, well, first of all, you have to work on yourself. You have to work on yourself. You have to understand what your value, because if you don't understand what your value is, innately you're going to move on. You're moving in this, you're swimming in this space where you can be manipulated by the circumstances, by the peripherals. So you got to start with that. Second of all, and this was the whole point of the format of the podcast, which was why we talk about ACE, right? Tell the truth, keep your word, and be empathetic. In my opinion, right, I don't think, and I'd like people call in if you disagree or you don't agree, 513-202-NERO, call in. My point is, you cannot be a better human being if you do that. If everybody practiced those three principles, you would have no wars, no violence, no. I mean, except no psych.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the psychotic people and stuff. And even if you're authentic and you're credible and you're empathetic, you wouldn't have a prison system. You wouldn't have the exploitation of immigrants. You would have none of that can live in the light of those three things.
Yeah.
Those three. Now here's the thing. When we talk about, people blame it on women. Women have traditionally have. I mean, we went through the Me Too thing. When the Me Too thing, I don't know about y'all, but I was like, because I'm not one of those predators.
So you're
was like,
entertained. I was
holy,
like, yeah.
like really, dudes are like this. Dude, Matt Lauer had a great button. Like, he had a button, so when the hot chicks came, he hit the button and
would
locked
lock
them
the
in.
door, yeah.
Oh,
We
wow.
got a call.
Let's
Let's
take
go.
a call.
Look, what's your name? Where you calling from, family?
Hi guys, this is Arun from Canada.
What's going on,
called
Arun? How are you?
Yo, Arun, what's up?
Yes, I wanted to check in first, so I didn't book a consultation because haven't got the cash yet.
All right,
but,
whatever.
Once I do, I will.
Okay. I mean, when you do, you do. What's on your mind, though?
I was wanting to ask you guys. So lately, what I've been doing is I've been being more open with women.
What does that mean?
Like just talking to them, be friendly. You
You
just
talking about
be myself.
laying the bricks?
Yes.
I mean, are you laying the bricks, or you just kind of being more open? Sounds like you just kind of freestyling. Yo, I'm gonna be a little more
venturing out there.
Yeah, you're dipping your toe in. Are you actually?
No,
I
try to go in.
Are you laying the 5 bricks?
I'm not laying the 5 bricks, but when I do talk to women, I'm trying to get them to know that I'm interested in them. If that is the case.
I don't know where you got that from.
That won't help you.
I don't know. You're already doing. There's a reason why laying the 5 bricks. Why there's a system in place, because circumventing the system you will end up losing every time. And even if you gain some progress, what you're gonna do is you're gonna end up it's gonna end up screwing up, and you're gonna end up crashing and burning anyway.
Bro, this is my advice, bro. Think of her as a dude. Don't think of her like you're interested in
I'm
her.
not gay no more. I am delivered.
Like, if you are not gay and you are a heterosexual and you see a woman, think of her as a dude.
So hold on.
So
Here's what
you're not
happened.
going to think about fucking her, which means you're going to be an actual human being, and hence you are laying the bricks.
So
That's how it works.
now look, here's what he's saying is not all wrong.
Thank you, bro.
But
It's crazy.
It's like a nickel. It's a nickel in a pile of shit.
That's not
And
right.
I mean, do I really have to sift through a big ass fucking Great Dane Dookie to find the little gem that you? I guess I have to because
Vishnu said that, right? And I go, oh no. And then I turn to my left and I see Punisher has his head down. I go, okay, he heard it too.
Bro, it's a good advice. bro.
okay. Now let me go ahead.
Wait, but no, I'm just curious, man. All right, so we already know how's it been going, brother. How's the new approach been working for you?
I think it's been. I'm not getting any results. I'm not scared, but I'm not getting any fish. That's the truth of the matter, and I think partially it's because I have it like I think Dante and everyone on the podcast talked about this. In the back of your head, if you feel anxious, it'll come off in some way.
Yeah.
And I feel like deep down, somewhere, whatever that anxiety still is,
That's why you
it
got to
comes
think of
out.
her as a dude.
That's the point of what Dante is.
I'm telling you, it works.
Why would you double down when he just...
Bro,
I'm
it
not
helps.
gay no more.
How do you-
I am delivered.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. If it's not in your head, you're like, I am not even thinking about fucking this dude. You'll actually behave. Like you'll show who you are. And she's like, I'm so pretty, and this dude is not even paying attention. What the fuck? Maybe maybe he got something I need to find out. And now all of a sudden she wants.
You
to
mean
know.
the dude?
No, the chick. But like
Why are you gay?
bro, you got it right. It's like
You are gay.
it's not about being gay, bro. It's like if you're gay, then you should think of the other dude as a girl.
Okay, that's also
That's
terrible advice
that's
for
his
gay
advice.
people
That's
too.
his
Yeah,
advice.
just do the opposite.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me
Treat
Nothing
him like
wrong
you
with being
would.
gay, but do
let
not
me
follow
put my
Vishnu's.
fucking latex gloves and
Sift through the shit.
sift through your fucking horse shit. What he's saying is that you don't want to have the anxiousness of you want it to be you want the conversations you're having to be non-transactional. Means that you're talking to somebody without trying to get something out of it. Now, Arun, can you understand why what you're doing is counterproductive for that?
Yeah. 'cause
Why
I think-
why is
'cause
it
I-
why do you think why do you think what you're doing is not going to is not going to make your social interaction transactional?
Because the conversations I have had have been trying to get something out of it.
Exactly. And so now what happens when you lose, when you don't get it? First
I just feel bad.
Okay.
Like, I
so
just
do you
feel
and then what happens when you feel bad? Then you get to the point where you don't have the balls to get up and actually do it. It eventually weans off, and then you go back to the same situation you have. This is exactly why I say DanteandHarry.com, click on consult. There's a reason why there's why it's done in the order that it's done.
Yeah.
Laying the 5 bricks initially is it has a multi-pronged objective. Number 1, you have to learn to communicate non-transactionally. Number 2, you have to get off over the fear. Number 3, when you do this in a magnitude of 5 a day, 7 days a week, what happens is you start to see women. You're not just looking at and focusing on or hyper. God, what word am I looking for?
Hyperbolic?
No, hyper
Sensitive?
not being hypersensitive, but you're
Hypervigilant?
No, where you're focusing, like you're
Hyper attentive.
whatever. It's when you're trying to. It's like you
Hyper focused.
You concentrate on this one interaction as if this is and you can't learn anything from it. The way anytime there's an experience, you an Indian dude.
Yes. Well, adjacent.
Wait,
Sri
what are you,
Lankan.
Bangladesh? Sri Lanka. Okay. So here's my thing. You understand the scientific method, right? Yeah. How did I know that? Here's what I'm saying is when you do an experiment, anytime you do an experiment, you need a wide scope of the scientific experiment is more accurate when you have the larger big sample groups. Why? Because you can see the patterns. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, so if you got two people and you go, oh, this dude is Vishnu and another dude like Vishnu, you're not gonna learn nothing from that, right? There's nothing to learn from that. You need a wide scope of 500 and
500 Vishnus.
You need 500 Vishnus, and then we can
all
learn.
dancing in unison in
All
a music
dancing,
video. Yeah.
ding, 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 ding,
500.
So, but the point is, when you do these interactions, you're doing what you want to do at the pace that you want to do. You're freestyling. You're not only not going to get past the fear. You're not going to get the fish. You're not going to none of that. But it works counterproductive because now you're going to have negative.
Scares you away from
You're
playing
going
the
to
game.
have negative
ever,
interactions, or either neutral to none, or negative ones, and then you're gonna
get
be like
scared
this.
and go on into your basement, and then you become an incel.
And you become an incel, and then you
until-
shoot up. You start dating your boy because
Storming the Capitol.
You become a groiper and you date your boy.
I don't know. When you can't remember what Dante told you, just remember, bro. Like, think of her as a dude.
Don't
you're
do
actually
that.
fucker.
Do not do that.
Now he's
Just be
trolling. I know what
nice.
he's doing.
I
I'm not
have
gay
one
no
additional
more.
question,
I am
Dante.
delivered.
Yes. Arun.
Where do I go so that I wouldn't be called a creep? So like places, interactions.
You're not even doing what I'm asking you to do.
Yeah.
You're asking me. It's like literally you're asking me. Look, if I want to hunt quail, right? Where would I shoot where should the best
And
place to
Dante's
shoot
telling
the
you got to
quail?
go to the gun range.
And I'm like,
practice.
Doug, you need to
Yeah.
get a gun first. You don't even have a gun. And what you're doing is
But you
not
gotta
gonna.
start thinking
It's
of the
not
quail
gonna
as
build.
dudes.
Shut up. He's still talking about dudes.
What you should do is go to the men's room. That's what go to the men's
You understand
room.
what I'm saying? You're not even the fundamental basic of this is that you have to get past the fear.
Yeah, wherever you go, there you are. So if you're gonna get disappointed at the mall, you're gonna get
gonna
disappointed
make no
at a
difference.
restaurant. You're gonna feel anxious at a
I'll
church.
ask her where she wants to go and take her there.
Shut your
we're using
mouth.
So the place doesn't matter.
No.
I just have to do it.
You have to do it.
The
Yeah.
place. I'm not going to say that the
okay.
place doesn't matter. What I'm saying is you're not even up to the level where you should be worrying about the place.
Yeah, because that's not gonna affect
okay, that
you.
makes it easier.
What the first thing that you need to do is get past your fear and your anxiety,
And find a place that you like to go to.
or
That you
a
like to
guy
go.
that you like.
The guy
right?
that you like.
Yeah.
Preferably both.
Yes.
But
You-
But
And you're-
literally, bro, if you know yourself, then you know the places you will have fun at, and then you'll attract people that would want to
You're
be
gonna
with you
shut your
at that
mouth.
place.
I swear to God,
Yeah.
you're gonna shut your.
But
fucking
look, so-
I'm
mouth.
helping my people.
No,
bro.
you're not. You're fucking them up. You're making it worse. All
Okay.
right.
All right.
So here, my point is, you're trying. You're putting the cart before the horse.
I've
you
been
got
where
it.
this guy was.
Huh?
Right? I've been where this guy was, where you're so nervous to ask a woman out, and it's scary, and you don't want to get rejected. And so what fixed that was the repetition and learning how to do it, and not being afraid of it, which comes from repetition, so that you feel comfortable talking. It's not a strange thing. It's
Let me
not
ask you something.
uncomfortable.
Here's a question. So you know how the whole podcast and the system has progressed,
Sure.
right? When we first started talking, I was giving you like, okay, don't do this, do that, do this. But did we have this? Was the system in place?
It was not in place,
It-
but it was repetition. Like, different aspects of it were stressed. Like, you cannot be afraid. You have to go out there and do it over and over
So,
again.
but Harry was doing it like hardcore, like hard, like just like I didn't even have it.
Freestyling.
Like you guys are so
Yeah.
luckier than because I've put a system
The
together.
safety regulations now.
Yeah, it's
I was out there.
OSHA. You was
Yeah.
out there free balling
On
it,
a
boy.
ladder with no safety harness.
No harness.
On a
bro.
windy day.
Guardrails.
No defined heel on your boot.
No goggles,
steel,
yeah.
just
No brakes.
wilding out.
No brakes.
So do you understand? So the system is in place, which is really crazy to me because the system is in place now, and the process is in place, and nobody does the process.
You know what the problem is? These guys want results, right? So they jump ahead of the process
Yeah.
because they're trying to
Yeah.
forget tackling the main issue, my anxiety. I want the girl.
But
So they
remember
think
this:
it's a shortcut.
you wasn't getting no ass anyway. So you doing it the way I'm telling you to do it, and learning you not getting no ass anyway. So what you got to do, and if you do, you doing it. It's by accident. It's you tripped and fall, and you met some chick.
You know what I think these guys don't realize, that even if you're doing the 5 bricks, even without intention, if you luck enough and you stumble across a girl that's interested, it's gonna end up working out for you because women are hunters, just like we are. A woman that's interested, she'll continue the conversation.
I
She'll
disagree.
continue the flow. You don't think
I
so?
just- and I'll tell you why.
All right.
Because
Let's go. I mean, it's like this. I want to hear this.
Yeah.
you know you part of the podcast. You're
I
not
know, but I'm
listening
like
to it, right?
both of you guys going
Here's
at
why.
each other. I'm like,
because what happens is
You're just happy somebody disagrees with somebody else.
no, I want to
and
hear the
guns aren't
conversation.
pointed
because
at you.
here's what happens. There was a certain swag that we had already. Plus, the era that we grew up, there were certain things that you just saw and you knew you had to do, and you know that you were gonna get rejected. It's totally different. These young dudes is way different now. Number one, they don't talk on the phone. They don't have to. There's apps. There's all. We grew up without none of that. So there was a
less
tough
interaction.
like letters
Even the limited
on paper.
interaction you could have had back then.
That bitch Stacy Diggs broke my heart.
Yeah, that's
4th
right.
grade, son. She told me it was quits, bitch.
Yeah.
In the middle of the schoolyard. But I had to buck up and still, you know what I'm saying? It's like it
Yeah, but back to the point I'm not talking about a guy that's walking out doing the 5 bricks his first time, right? But you give him a long period of time.
even then.
He'll do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, and this is what I was saying about just people in general that I surround myself with. What you think is common sense ain't common. It's not common. The things that just naturally make sense to you here's how I know, because I'm talking to these guys in conversation and I'm hearing what they're saying. They're expressing the real emotion, the real fear in a way, and it is far beyond what I'm gonna tell you, it's maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, Harry, where I realized that guys were not talking to girls on the phone.
Sure, yeah.
That they were on the app, connecting with the girl on the app, and never speak to the girl until they meet her at the date.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you have no recon. You don't know this girl. You don't even know if you want to be out with her, much less, if she wants to be out with you, because they were so afraid. So it was
Guys
literally
are afraid they'll lose the date.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
afraid that they'll fuck it up on the phone.
They're
and
afraid
they're
to
hoping
fuck
that
it
at
on
least
the
if I'm
phone.
in person.
Yeah, but some
entrapment.
people tell you to go about it that way, though.
Yeah, but these people we call stupid.
Yeah.
Why? And the reason why, or Vishnu, we call them Vishnu, because the problem is and this is what happens, because that thing that we did when we were kids, you shot your shot, and if you got shot down, you just took the L. And you bucked up and you did it again.
But I'll give you it might be different for me, but I'll give you an example. One of my laying the brick scenario would be a question I would ask girls that I would see, like, what's your ethnicity, right? And I'll ask a girl that, and some girls would just respond and keep it moving. But a girl that I noticed that might have had an interest would have said, I'm such and such. What did you think I was? Or they'll
Sure.
follow
They will
their answer
sure,
yeah.
with an engaging question. So all I'm saying is a guy doing the bricks, if he has potential, he could stumble
lead to
across
something,
But they
yeah.
don't
an
have-
engaging.
It's like you're trying to pay your rent on lotto tickets.
It could happen, but the odds are low. Right?
Yeah, it could happen. Harry picked up the this girl because he said the sink is deep
Yeah, I did do that.
once.
That was a Hail Mary, and it
But
worked.
that's not what you wouldn't say, hey, listen what you do. Yo,
Every time I go to a
Well,
club,
so
I hang out by the bathroom,
Yeah,
like
but
Vishnu told me to do, and then I wait by the sink so I can go, hey, are these seats?
yeah, but I'm just trying to say, I'm not saying use that as a tactic.
No.
I'm just saying if you are developing the right way, you could stumble across low percentage.
Here's what I'm going to say.
You know,
First. Here's what I'm saying. First of all, like I said, we grew up different, right? We grew up that part of taking the L and getting battered and rejected was just part of being a man. That was. They don't. The reason why we have incels, the reason why we have gropers, the reason why we have Proud Boys is groups of men
The lack of
who
human
have
connection.
decided to. I'm so afraid of being rejected that I will not put myself in a
no,
situation.
I understand that.
And so what I'm saying is that something that just, even though there's moments where you feel insecure, you have no idea the kind of fear that these dudes have about. And so what I did, what the whole podcast was about, and getting guys to that place was, I was like, how can I get a guy to get past the fear, not trigger the fear response or the rejection response, or and build them up in a point where I can have a basic foundation, because the fears that they have in that moment are you can't even imagine it. I mean, we can't even imagine the way we grew
No,
up.
I get that. I'm just wondering. This is a real question though. I'm just wondering, the guys who are supposed to lay the 5 bricks without any type of expectation or whatever.
Yeah.
What do they do if the conversation is engaging with
Nothing.
the female?
Absolutely nothing.
You think they should never do anything?
I think you should. And on the first phase, you do absolutely
Nothing. Okay. All right.
And the reason why you do that is because the minute you go, now the social interaction is transactional, because now you're trying to get something out of it.
That was the problem with Arun. He was being he's like, I met
Arun, you still there?
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
still
so-
here.
it's like-
But this is what I'm saying. Even though you're saying you're not supposed to, but you're gonna. And what I'm gonna say is, I'm not saying that sometimes you can't hit on it and maybe get lucky. But I don't want you to get lucky. I want to teach you the fundamentals that you can repeat the process over and over again, using these techniques, so that you can, and even then you're still gonna deal with some rejection. But you need to build them up in the front. First of all, the fear that they feel is so unrealistic. It's like when you ask a dude to lay the 5 bricks, he thinks he's gonna get cursed out. He thinks he's gonna get smacked or spit. Like and then the fear. Fear exists. I always say fear exists from the time that the opportunity is presented until you access the opportunity. So the longer you wait to access the opportunity, the more the fear grows, right? So the fear. So even if they do get an interaction and there's a back and forth, the minute that interaction, then it becomes transactional, and then you're out the window. Then it becomes transactional. Then when you get rejected, you can undo everything that you've built in that moment, because you don't want to make that fear reasonable. So by just laying the 5 bricks, what am I asking you to do? I'm asking you to say a compliment, a simple compliment. I need you to be honest about the compliment, right? That's another thing is 99% of the guys who I've consulted with are liars. Now, when I say liars, you people take it as if I mean they're scoundrels, and men think of lying, somebody who tried to steal your money or steal your girl, or or sleep with your moms or whatever the fuck it is. The point is, I don't mean that. Good guys don't think that lying is when you're lying to avoid a conflict. They also don't think it's lying when they lie to not hurt somebody's feelings. But the problem is, the lie is a lie. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter the context of the lie. Telling an untruth is untruth. And once you are untrue, once you are untruthful, you're untrustworthy, and that becomes who you are, whether it's just little white lies or it's I don't want to get into a fight or I don't want to have an argument. You have to be truthful 100%. I mean, nobody's going to be perfect, but your intention has to be 100%. That's when you get the credibility. What I used to say to Harry, a lot of times we would be hanging out and whatever, and some dude would be talking shit. And you know me. If I say, yo, I'm going to tell you, don't be talking to me like that, right? And if the dude goes, you've been around me. The dude goes, fuck is you?
You walk away.
Yeah. I apologize, and you catching it. Because even in the context of that, like, I got to be a man of my word, right? Even if it means physical. And I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I'm old and fucking whatever now, but I'm just saying these are principles that are. So your truth, your honesty has to be above all that else. It has to be 10 toes down all the time when it comes to everything all the time. Now, you don't have to be an asshole. You don't have to be a douchebag, but you got to be honest. So what I'm saying is here's a situation where you talk to the girl and all of a sudden you get a nibble, right? And you're trying to do this non-transactionally, but then all of a sudden, I might be able to get some ass. She likes me. Now it's transactional. Now when it doesn't go the way you want it to go, you start. We had this the last time. Remember the dude they called that he was like, she had a bad attitude, and now you start making it.
You make excuses.
She didn't want to really be there, and I was asking her why she didn't want. Did you take antidepressant? Like then all this other shit starts happening as a result of you moving the social interaction before you're ready to. Nobody takes a boxing class and then goes and fights a pro fighter. Like you just don't do that. And that's exactly what you're trying to do. And so when you go, I'm trying to be more open, no, you don't. You're trying to get laid. Like you're not even you're trying to talk, hopefully that you get laid. Now, until you can talk and interact with women in a way where you're just doing what I ask you to do, you don't even go to the second phase. Because you have to and there's certain things through repetition and through time, you understand I can talk to somebody and I can talk to somebody of the opposite sex and not necessarily have it be transactional. That's why I asked you to talk to everybody, older women, younger women, women who you don't find attractive, women who are too old for you, women because
women who are dudes.
No, that.
Actually, you're not wrong. Dudes, too. I mean, I don't recommend that initially. I don't count that as a brick. But I will be, if I see a dude and he got I wish I could grow a beard. Can't grow a beard. But if I see a dude and he got a dope beard, I'm like, yo, that shit is thick as a motherfucker. I'll let him.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, I'll be like, yo. Yeah, that shit thick. Maybe I'll be like, your beard. I wouldn't say your beard is crazy, son. That shit is crazy. I can't grow it. And we'll have a moment. We'll have a little gay moment like Vishnu wants, right? And then we move on. But you know how I'm saying when a dude would be like, where a dude would be like,
so
yo.
You're not gonna press the button on yourself?
How
you been?
That
itchy. Yeah. Only fair. God damn.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus, you got to keep yourself accountable. You got the trigger finger on everybody else.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something. I had one time
I think I might have to use the bathroom. I ain't gay no more. All right, man. What time is it? I ain't gay no more.
I had a guy. When I was young, I had to do a gay. This is how I know there's no gay in me. I had a gay. I was in the game room. I was in my 20s, and this dude, the dude wasn't gay presenting, and he was like, "Man, have you ever modeled before?" And I was like, "No, why?" And he was like, "Well, I'm a designer, and I need, I'd love to have you wear some of my clothes." And he. This nigga was trying to get me the whole time.
Yeah, that worked.
But I was like, You think so? I can, you know what I mean? So, Arun, on a base level, get a consultation because we have to get you to the point where you understand the basics and you understand why there is basics. And I mean, I hate to say it, I have not seen anybody else with a system that works.
Well, he did say he was getting his
and
money right for
bro, until you get your
consultation,
money
so-
ready for the consultation, you got the cheat sheet I gave you. Think of it as it
Forget
is.
that cheat sheet. That's not a cheat sheet.
All
That's a
right.
death
You
sentence.
feel what I'm saying, Arun? Because this,
Yeah.
you cannot, like you cannot skip the faces.
How long do you do phase 1 for these people who don't know?
Bro, until you get the
depends.
money,
You said 8
until you
weeks
get the
usually.
money,
I
follow
say
what
you
he
start
just
with
told
8
you.
weeks, but
He told you, right?
after what? After a week, usually if a guy does a consultation with me, I usually want him to do another consultation in a week and a half to 2 weeks, just because I want to make sure that he's not doing some freestyle, like what Arun is doing. It's like some freestyle shit I told you not to do.
Bro, you heard him, right? Like the one with being honesty. I like practice that, like do lay the bricks until you can get your money together. Like that should be your homework. Like he's saying 8 weeks, so get your money ready by 8 weeks. In the meantime, lay your bricks.
Stop. That's not. Get the money as soon as possible because you got to start on the. Look, when Pun, you do martial arts. I mean, but you fought before and you took other martial arts before, right? When you're asking if somebody doesn't know how to make a fist, you got to teach them how to ball a fist up.
Yeah, the basics.
And not only that, if you don't teach somebody how to lock their fists up, where to put their thumb, how to keep your wrist, you're gonna break your wrist. The first punch you throw, you could break your wrist. Do you understand? So what I'm saying is you have to learn the fundamentals and there's no skipping the fundamentals. The problem is like what Punisher was saying is guys want results. They want results, but they're not willing to, they don't want to do the work, which is weird to me because you ain't getting laid anyway. So just do what the fuck I tell you to do and we'll get you there and we'll get you there quicker. But as soon as you start skipping around, it falls to pieces. It all falls to pieces. So on a base level, flaying the 5 bricks is just talk. It's just, hi, how you doing? Love your shirt, love your hair, nice bag, cool T-shirt, and keep it moving. Don't wait for them to respond.
Oh, you don't. Oh, wow.
No.
I thought I had to wait.
You didn't.
Goddamn.
Well, you don't know. You haven't been listening, and you're doing some.
Yeah.
Why would you? Do you understand? If I wait, why am I waiting? I'm asking you, Arun. If I give a girl a compliment and I wait, why am I waiting?
Transaction.
What am I waiting for?
No, I thought it was
No.
a conversation.
Just
to each
answer
by
the
break.
question. Answer the question. Why would I wait? What did he
To
say?
hear a response.
He just whispered to have sex.
No, I said transactional.
Oh, transactional.
Yeah, I
Oh,
said
Did it
it.
sound like transsexual?
I don't know.
No,
I
I
thought he
know
said
you like that
have
too.
sex.
Nah, I
Nice
meant
a dude with a nice big
like,
hog.
The minute you wait for a response, you're making it transactional.
You want
You're
something.
making it
That is true. You
You're
want
waiting
something,
for
which
the
is a
response, right?
Yeah.
But I love the way what you heard is funny, bro.
Arun,
That sounds like
you're-
something you'd say in all fairness.
Arun, you're waiting for a response, right?
Next time.
Yeah,
And is that not transactional?
it is.
So you're fucked up already. You have to give the compliment and
Then keep moving.
yeah.
Oh.
it's-
Now, in all
it's-
fairness, that's not
All
something you
right.
said out loud, but these are the things you find out when you talk to these dudes.
I
You
have
find
said it out loud, but they
I
just
haven't.
don't- yeah,
but
I've
the
said
point
it.
is, like, these are the things you find out when it's not. You're
This-
like, why is this not working? Oh, because I'm just waiting around. You go, wait, what now?
Well, you said what?
Yeah.
I was like, nice tits,
Yeah.
and you're like, she's stuck up. You know what I mean? Like,
So next time you say nice tits, keep it walking. Keep it
Yeah.
moving.
Just say nice tits, and yeah.
laying the 5 bricks is a simple task. It's simple, but it's not easy. And there's a reason for every little part of it, even on the first phase. This is why, as much as I tell, this is why I don't mind telling you what the phase is, because you ain't gonna do it right. Just like you can't go and learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on
Without
YouTube.
working on your falls.
You gotta have somebody to go. Yo, you gotta
Positioning,
you're you're
footing.
too straight up. You gotta spread your base. You gotta pause. Dude. You understand? So you're not waiting for the response, because waiting for the response is transactional. In fact,
Okay.
you never
This
wait
is
for the
some good
response.
information.
You never
wait.
do.
Okay.
Even
Keep it
when you're
going.
on phase 5 and you getting late, whatever, it's you like, what you're gonna do is you're gonna say the compliment. It's gonna come from an honest place. It's gonna be honest and upfront. But you have to. So like it's almost like, let's say if you were a king, and you go, I declare that Vishnu's hair is fluffy today, right? I'm not doing that for him, I'm doing it because I'm a king and I am declaring that something is beautiful. You know?
And then you got to make an exit. You can't turn around, no
If
looking
you
back.
wait, then it's transactional.
Yeah, end scene, out.
And the minute it's transactional, she knows when you're communicating transactionally, because every guy who's ever talked to her is trying to
It's transactional.
they're trying to get her. Okay? So,
That's why you think of her a dude.
All right.
You're not trying
Okay.
to get
This
her.
is some good information.
all right.
Bro,
All right,
the
Room.
cheat sheet. You think of her
Thank
as a
you, guys.
dude.
I
You're not gonna
appreciate it.
I know.
Think
Ah,
Vishnu's
bro.
still going about thinking about
Well, he's
dudes.
got his own system. He's trying to push,
Yeah.
you know.
Vishnu was like, think of a dude real sweaty and oily.
Think of her as a dude, so you're not trying to fuck her.
I feel like
Five a day, 5 times a day.
Yeah,
You
five
gotta
five
do
times
that,
a day,
yeah,
think
he's-
of dudes.
Think of
listen, if you want some
So we
real
have a $5 super chat from Mr. Slideaway.
Oh yeah.
He said, it's funny when you're laying the bricks and the girl's boyfriend comes out from around the corner. I just keep it light and walk away.
you're supposed to walk away even before.
I mean, if you paid the compliment, you should have already been moving already. And and then if he goes, hey, what'd he say? He'd be like, yo, I was just, is that your lady? Oh yeah, well, she's beautiful, man. Y'all make a great couple.
you
And
did
if it's
good, brother.
non-sexual, if you said nice earrings or whatever the
Yeah.
case may be, it shouldn't be an issue
He ain't
anyway.
got a beef anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless he's like some insecure dude, then she'll be relieved that you actually talked to her. So,
Is that what you think?
I mean, if some dude gets pissed off at that,
Sometimes when you talking, in my mind, I can see me punching you in the face, like right, just black, like why, just blow, and
why
I
so much hate, bro? Why?
What sound effect would it be if you had to pick?
Blow!
Now I know money's tight for the consultations, but we're giving the advice for free here. We also have Patreon. Don't forget Patreon.
Go on to Patreon.
Patreon.com/manschool202.
Go on to Patreon. You can request me to cover the
You can
feds.
ask questions, and also there is some free content. You don't have to. I mean, it's a monthly service, but we do put up some free content on Patreon, so you can sign up for free as well.
Yeah.
If you want, I throw everybody a bone every once in a
Little
while.
bone,
A little
bony
bone.
bone.
If you need any
Pause.
cheat codes,
No, you don't cheat code. Just sign up for it. Yeah.
That's the other thing. There is no cheat code.
and
And
I got cheat codes, bro. Hit me up. I'm learning from Dante, and I'm like,
You know what?
learning cheat
Yeah, hit
sheet.
him up. What's your Instagram?
Oh, mine Vishnu Vaka comedy.
Yeah, go over to Vishnu Vaka Comedy and
Thanks,
then
bro.
go in his DMs and hit him up for advice. And Vishnu would be happy.
Oh yes.
then this guy is gonna say, "How can I pay for a year's worth of consultations? Because I'm fucked up now." So
And that's how Dante gets better business.
that's our business model.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
break him, he fixes.
it's such a subtle. See, the thing is, even with us pointing the way we grew up and what even being stripping and stuff, there's a lot of things that just kind of happened, skill sets and stuff
It's
that
a different
happened
game,
that we
too.
learned and didn't even realize we learned it. Do you know what I mean?
But part of that is the culture, right? So
Yeah.
there wasn't video games. I mean, they existed, but it wasn't like today where it's easily affordable or it's just
Yeah.
whatever. So everybody was outside. Everybody was meeting
We
each
outside,
other.
son.
There were block parties. So you're going to meet women. You're going
We
to
was
talk to
outside.
women.
And now, back then, the pool is small, and now it seems like the pool is large because of the apps.
Wait a minute, lard like in Crisco or
No,
lard?
like in a pool of males or females. Like back then, when you were like hang out at the street, you make friends and you hang out with them, and you kind of know who hooks up with who, and you find your girl, and you kind of like because you're meeting each other. But now you are on an app and you're like, and you're getting people accepting you, and you're seeing so many people that you start thinking like, well, even for guys and girls.
So do you think that's better or worse?
Well, I mean, I think right now, there is a sense of abundance that people. I think a lot of like
Abandonance?
abundance.
Abundance.
Abundance or
I thought he said abstinence.
I thought it was.
No, but you see what I'm saying? Like,
Abandon.
if you're like a good-looking woman, you feel like, oh, I'm getting like so many hits that now I can be very picky.
I agree
But that's
with that.
always,
That's always
been
been the
though.
case.
That's always-
In
I mean, it's
person.
more now because you literally could do it non-committally on Instagram. Every
The,
like you
the
get.
technology has allowed women to much more quickly reject
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
expedited the
no,
process.
It's bad. It's
So
bad.
in that sense, I think it's a good thing.
With
right?
less
It
access.
kind of empowers women.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
you're
women have always-
100%.
and
100%.
destroys men's confidence.
Hey,
Well,
listen,
that's-
man.
I mean, if you can't figure it out, it's your problem.
I got destroyed on
What?
Facebook.
Well, if they
daily.
can't figure it out, you're sitting right here coaching them, and then
Oh, okay.
if they can't figure it out, it's their problem.
Well, they can't figure it out because it's the problem. It's
I mean, they got to figure
Look,
out
yeah,
how
you
to
wanna
call
say something?
Dante Nero,
Nah,
right?
dude, what he's on to something, man.
Yeah.
Facebook dating was like messing up my confidence, bro.
Really?
Like, dude, I would click on yes on a bunch of pretty girls. None of them would respond, and any message I got was just like sea hags, just all sea hags, and I was like, yo, what is going
Well,
on
because it's
here?
interesting because psychologically, when you have 5 options in front of you, you automatically become pickier. As opposed to being somewhere when there's one person 1-to-1 or there's only 3 people at a party that you're into, you're not as frivolous. Like if you're meeting somebody in person, but when you have a huge number of options, you're going to be picky and say, yeah, I don't need that. I don't know, no matter what it is.
Well, that's why I was consigning with what Vishnu says. The women get so much attention. Like I got a female that I'm cool with. If I look at how many guys are interested in her, she can't even get through them all.
yeah.
Right.
You know,
She may
and
not
then-
even look at your thing because
Yeah.
she's busy. And then once she gets interested in somebody else, she doesn't even bother to continue sometimes.
Yeah, and-
But you're right. It's also increased the amount of rejection that a guy gets because now instead of getting rejected by a woman at a bar or 2 women at a bar, now you're literally getting 100 rejections a day.
Yeah, and then you gotta.
So it's harsh.
But you gotta understand. But in order to deal with that kind of rejection, I think you have to also understand that if somebody is, it's like anytime if somebody says something online or something about me, right? I am instantly like, nigga, you listening to me. You on my page. You sucking my dick. You sucking my dick, but you got a criticism from your. It's like Dominic. Last time we had some guy said something, and I started smoking him. I was like, nigga, and then he just like removed his.
The comment?
Yeah.
That was the guy who
Yeah,
said
talking about you giving advice about marriage.
you shouldn't give any advice about marriage.
I start cooking this nigga, and then he just like,
He did remove the comment because he was commenting in one of the YouTube areas, and I brought it to your attention. I go, hey, this guy says you're not qualified. You shouldn't be
and I
talking
start
anything.
cooking him.
And then somebody said it disappeared. What did he say? I forget the cartoon, but it disappeared like Marvel when Thanos snapped his finger or whatever.
Snapped his finger. And don't get me wrong. That's like one of the things is I am in no shape or form am I saying that I know everything. But I've made mistakes and I'm trying to give people the
wisdom you've learned.
the wisdom from the mistakes that I made, and I still make mistakes, and I'm not always on point, and but I mean I'm way on point, where way more on point than anybody else that I know. I mean even dudes who I know who are getting it, like
Still make mistakes.
I mean my boy Pleasure, he's in the and he still be making the mistakes that I would have made in my 20s. I was talking to my man today, and I was saying, we were talking about my boy call me, and he every time he calls me, he's like, "Yo, I got assaulted in the street." I'm like, "Yeah, but nigga, if every time you get assaulted. Every time I talk, you get assaulted. It's you. Shut the fuck up and mind your business.
Oh yeah. We're just talking about.
Stop trying to be the fucking the keeper of the flame. Nigga, these homeless dudes is fucking you up because you like shut up. And you don't got a knuckle game.
Stop laying bricks with the.
Stop laying bricks with the homeless dudes. I'm gonna call the police on you. Bop. Ooh, ow.
That's the guy who I don't know. They need it. Maybe they need it. There's something there.
This is what I said. I said I had a conversation with one of my old school dudes, and I was like, I'm not wasting time. Like, look, and I'm very honest about this, man. I'll be 60 in May, right? Let's say I get 25 good years, right? If I'm able to stay healthy, right? I'm not wasting it on motherfuckers who don't have their life together and don't know how to move their life together, that don't contribute to my life. And I wish I had this idea and I had this mentality when I was younger, because I've wasted so much time and energy on people who weren't worth my time and my energy. People who were friendships that weren't reciprocal, relationships that weren't reciprocal, people that didn't elevate me in life, didn't teach me anything, which always was a 40-pound vest that I was walking around with, trying to be a martyr because of the fact that I wanted to be a good guy. And you get that all the time where good guys want to be good guys, and you want to help, and you want to, because there's a selfishness in generosity, because even when you're generous, you still what do you get from it? You get to look in the mirror and go, I'm a good guy. I help people. And even this is something. People take advantage of me all the time, but I'm such a good guy, and they don't recognize. This is all a narrative where you're trying to validate yourself.
So somebody in the chat was saying women lie to us all the time, and we just let them slide.
Sure.
And we let them.
And men lie all the time too.
Yeah.
We let them get away with it because they're cute. That doesn't apply to women, though. No, it should. The point we're teaching here is that you don't let them get away with it.
You don't let them get away with it.
Yeah.
But how are you going to talk about somebody lying? Like, I respect the dude's comment, but what I would say is, how many times has he lied and not said the truth, or not told the truth, or not said truly who he was, or wasn't true to himself? And then because he felt insecure about something, and I'm not saying lies in terms of malice, but sometimes people feel inadequate. People feel as though they're not worthy. People lie for a lot of reasons. People want to be something that they're not. Sometimes they're too lazy to even do the work to become who they are, and so they lie about who they are. They put on this every day. They put on the makeup, and man, that I'm not even judging that. I'm saying that is a horrific kind of existence that every day you got to wake up and put your makeup on
And be someone else.
and hope that nobody exposes you. Everything you do, you trying to keep it all together.
You have to maintain your integrity no matter who you're pursuing or who's with you, or just for yourself, not for any other reason, just to be the best person. Because people who lie, at some point it catches up with you.
Yeah.
You're not going to be a great person. And you also can't tell somebody off and say, hey, what does it matter with you, when you yourself are doing that same thing?
Yeah, you look crazy.
Somebody here in the chat wrote, and I don't think they're criticizing, but they're making a point here to them. Bro, Dante, it's 2026. Girls are different now. Relationships are different now.
No, they're not.
They're not.
They're not.
Here's the difference. The difference is that women have more of an opportunity. They have more autonomy. But women are the same. I mean, to say that women are different, it's just you're bugging,
The instinctual drives are still there.
Doug, let me tell you something. I'm a big science dude. I believe in science. The people take millions of years to evolve.
Yeah.
Millions of
or 5,000.
Huh?
5,000, depending on who you ask.
Right. Well, human beings have been on this earth for 250,000 years, right? That's how we went from being and in 10,000 years is when human beings, big shout out to I forget the guy. What was his
Dave,
David.
the scientist.
No.
I don't remember his name.
Something at dawn. What's the book? You know.
Sex at Dawn by
Sex at
Dr.
Dawn.
Christopher Ryan.
Christopher Ryan. We had him on the show years ago. And what they talk about is like the paternity and possession in its entirety didn't exist until we stopped hunting and gathering, when we actually put pegs down and we started farming. Because once we put up fences and this is my plot of land, my vegetable. So all of these things this is where men became jealous and possessive, and where paternity meant something. Because if we're all living in a cave, sleeping on each other like a litter of puppies, we all eat together.
Yeah.
We all fuck together. There is no possession. When you're talking about early, we got a call?
We have another super chat.
Yeah, let's go.
$5 from Jemba5584. He says, "Hey, I've been laying the 5 bricks every day for 6.5 months consistently. I feel comfortable and wanted to know what was the second phase."
You got to make a consultation. I could tell you what the second phase is, but you being comfortable is not just the thing. We don't even know if you're doing it properly. So what I would have to know is
Needs a little more personalized information about
what
you and what you're doing and what.
Yeah, I need to know what you're doing. What are you saying when you lay the bricks? What is it like? There's a checklist that I go through to say. Ultimately, I can give you the next phase, but it's just gonna be way more complicated. The compliments become more detailed, more poetic, and more detailed. So as opposed to just going, "I like your shirt," you go, "Oh wow, that color shirt really makes your skin pop." Just little small increments, because what you want to come. So there's a subtext. And what we don't realize is, even when you're talking to a woman even if you're talking to a woman, there's always a subtext of what you're saying. There's a reason why you're saying, and what you're doing is, when you open your mouth and you communicate, you're revealing things about yourself, and you're actually gaining capital where she goes, "Oh, I like this guy." Like, for instance, I give you an example. Something that's small. You be out on a date with a girl, and then say you're driving in a car and you go to stop short, right? You go to stop short. As you go to stop short, you put your hand over her chest so she doesn't bump forward. Now I would do that anyway, because it's just like, I don't want to see Chiquita. I don't want to see her bust her mouth on the dashboard, but it also says that I'm genuinely concerned about your welfare. Yeah. Or you go to step off the curb and y'all are talking, y'all are on the date, and she goes to sit, and this car's coming, and you grab her and you hold her. Or you
move her on the sidewalk away from the car, away from the cars. You're
communicating. I give a fuck about you.
No.
And I'm not saying, "Hey, I really like you," and I give a fuck about what you're doing is exhibited. We got a call. Let's go. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Dante, it's your boy Major.
What up, Major? What's going on, bro?
Good. What's going on, fellas? Not much, man. I just came to say, people, you had Arun on the call talking about laying the 5 bricks, and people asking you. I just wanted to say, look, I went through it. Dante put me through it, and it works. It's a practice that you go through, and it's just worth the call. And it's definitely changed my life. I think a lot of the barriers are definitely more psychological. That people think what the worst case is going to happen. It's really never happened.
Yeah.
I've talked to Dante about this. I've actually gotten 2 dates just from laying the 5 bricks. Yeah. And I remember the first time I told him, I was so excited because I never really thought conceptually like it could happen.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting it to happen as well. It's just something that you go through it.
Which is interesting, because that's why it happened.
Right.
Like, if you were expecting it, or you were now we're back to transactional. Now it's transactional. You get it because you get it for the reason why you get it because you're not
transactional.
Because you don't want it. Because you're focused on the bricks instead of focusing on the chick or the whatever. And that's what I was saying to you. It's like when you strategy, but on a base level, we had a, you know what I'm saying? We had a trial by fire boot camp, just the way things were socially, you know. And now these guys, they can avoid. They don't have to, and they don't. I mean, we literally have MGTOW men go our own way, guys who have decided that they're not going to date women no more, incels who are in.
They go so far as to say that dating women is gay.
Yeah,
That's one of those
anything
things.
to not deal with the fear. You literally, the gropers don't date women. They turn their boy into, this is, if I'm lying, I'm done. They turn their dude into a trans woman and date their dude, like, because they're so afraid of the rejection from, look at y'all faces.
I mean, I'm sure that's happened. I don't know if that's part of how often that happens.
No, like
No,
some oppressive cultures, like for example, in Afghanistan, it's a very common.
In where?
Where?
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
Bro, Afghanistan. That's all you say.
I'm sure it's pronounced properly, but you got to either be loud or you got to enunciate
you
the
gotta
way
talk.
we can understand in America.
Anyways, like they have this thing also called, like, according to the extreme Islam, like
You talking about the little boys that
little
they?
boys thing. Yeah, like they
Go ahead, you
can't
talk about it, because I don't want.
they can't have women interact. You can't interact with women.
Yes.
And then when they have these like get-togethers for guys, they actually
have
feminine
feminine
boys
boys that they-
dressed up as women dance for them.
And they train them.
Yeah, they train them.
Because they're not even allowed to have a woman dance at a
What
party.
do they call that? Do you know what they call that?
I don't know what they call it, but I actually literally recently found out about that.
Oh, I knew, but I'd
Yeah.
seen.
Wow. Like,
Yeah, I was told in Afghanistan, women are for procreating and men are for pleasure.
oh wow.
It's as serious as that.
Wow.
Yo, can I say one thing real quick? I love how this
I'm glad I'm
conversation
not
just
born there,
went.
bro.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I love how this conversation just went sidelined. I was just talking about, hey, non-transactional, and then Vishnu is like little boys in Afghanistan, and I was like, I just
Listen.
went left. I have no idea what that
Vishnu's
was.
a wild card, my friend.
Yeah.
He'll take us down some roads, but it is an adventure. That's why he's here.
Thanks, bro.
It's an interesting road. I mean, we wouldn't have talked about little boys dressing up as women in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
But
Vishnu is always going to bring it back to the dudes.
that's true. That has become your MO, at least
I mean,
today.
they're laying bricks with the dudes, so when they actually finally meet a woman, they're ready. That's why
not true at all.
that's what they would do.
Listen, please don't include our branding with anything going on.
They are with little boys because they like little boys.
No, I mean, not even little boys. I'm talking about like grown men.
It's little boys too. They
Yeah,
start
yeah,
them.
yeah, but-
they.
but like,
I
I mean-
saw a whole documentary on this.
But
right?
I'm talking about even like a regular person, not like a pedo, but like
No, just
know-
yeah, but it is a pedo. But what you're just saying, it's culturally accepted.
and that's that's kind of like I'm sure it can be like a regular thing.
No, it's
Oh, it is a regular
the
thing.
dude, that dude, the Reaper, the guy that was the sniper
Yeah.
in the military, he said when he was in Afghanistan, they would bomb places and raid them, and it'll be full of men. And he said they'll be deceased stuck together because it's all men on men. They don't. The women are just for.
What do you mean the seats be stuck together?
They would bomb a house, and then when they would recon and go through, it would just be houses full of guys like just having sex, and they'll be they'll die
bodies
like
will be-
stuck. Yeah, like
But I thought that's even like bigger sin, right, for them.
Not, but people always they make
In fact, gay sex is bigger
they
sin,
create
right?
a framework
Yeah.
that is comfortable for them, and they justify it in
all
the context.
all religions at some point start violating
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the thing
Dog,
as a
I mean,
workaround.
extreme,
I
like,
always go at what you call it all the time, dog. Your Bible says is okay with genocide.
Yeah, that's the thing. Anytime
Noah's Ark
you
said,
gotta-
"Yo, I fucked up. I fucked up with this shit. Let's just drown everybody and start from scratch."
I think we should like get rid of all the religious texts and just
Yeah.
have the laying bricks is the only thing, like
I mean, I agree with that.
I
yeah.
agree with that. That would
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I could probably pay you motherfuckers.
Now, what I suggest is I would just like take your headphones off and don't say anything else, and Dante like just go out a winner, like go on the bench, clock out.
No,
you know,
but I got something else.
Put your
I'm itching to
jersey
say.
up. We can hang your jersey up.
you leave with a win, but
No, I
He's
got-
not
I
gonna
got-
do that.
I can't do that.
I know he
going
can.
back.
That's why it's funny.
He's he goes, I gotta play for this 23 skidoo. Yeah, but major. It's and then the thing is that you go, major. There's times when you fall back, and you start having these doubts again because this is the programming. The programming is so difficult to break, which goes back to what we were talking about in the first place. When you talk about race and people's programming, it's like what we're talking about here. No, there's no other podcast, nowhere that's talking about what I'm talking about here. There's nobody else that has a system in place. There's nobody that is taking into consideration the full capacity of male, female, and the interaction and social interaction.
I'm going to start a bootleg one soon.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
but we're not worried because
The one
the
about
advice is
that.
terrible.
I just saw this clip with Oh yeah, Major, real quick. Yeah, but thanks. Is that all you want to say, Mage, or no?
Yeah, that's all.
I appreciate you, bro. Holla at me, all
Yeah,
right?
yeah. All right, later.
All right. I just watched
Thanks,
this
Major.
thing with Myron. Myron is
Myron Gaze.
Myron Gaze
from
Myron Gaze.
he is well. That's
He-
that's a different story. Allegedly,
Yeah, Myron
I
Gaze.
am delivered. I don't like men no more.
that's right from the Fresh and Fit podcast. How- yeah, oh, I don't know.
So he was debating this. He's trying to do the Charlie Kirk thing where he's going and there was
Conservative.
this really
He's picking a great time too.
and she this young philosopher chick, and so he says the only reason why any guys engage with women is for sexual reasons, right? And he goes, the majority of men, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that that's not true. And then he says the only reason why, if you didn't have a vagina, men wouldn't talk to you. And I definitely agree that to a certain extent there were guys. What's up, man?
We got another $5 super chat from
Let's
Mr.
go.
Slideaway. He asked Dante, if you told Black Phillip era Patrice about the concept of 5 bricks, what do you think would be his reaction?
First of all, I think he would be for it 100%. But I also think, so this is because I know him. I knew him so personally. Patrice was a brilliant dude, but he was a shitty teacher. He's just a shit like.
He could tell you what you were doing wrong, but not give you advice.
And sometimes he didn't even tell you what was. He would be like, "What the fuck was that?" Like it wasn't even. He would know when you're doing something.
Yeah, he wouldn't even tell you what you were doing wrong. He would just tell you
you're fucking up.
you were doing wrong,
Just what the fuck is that?
but
he would
not
be.
what
Yeah.
you were doing wrong.
And then he never tell you how you could fix it.
right.
Because I think sometimes you get people when you have a certain level of intellect, your brain works so quick that you can't think on the terms of the people who are lesser than you, which is interesting because this is what I'm saying about you, Pun. It's like these things that you think are just base
Natural,
level common
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
They there's dudes that are not even there. Like, I mean, I remember telling dudes, you got to take a shower. Like, you and be like, I'm not going to have no woman change me. You
Gotta take a
you
shower,
smell, nigga. Like, what the fuck is it? Like, you don't, what the fuck?
If she don't like my smell, she's not for me. She gotta be made for me. She gotta like the way I smell.
This is crazy. Oh, yeah? Well, I'll just go watch some young dudes dance.
Yeah.
I'll go focus on dudes.
Always an option.
So,
Always an option.
yeah, but it's,
So you think he would
so I don't think,
eventually? I think he would eventually take
I
to
think
it.
that he would be able to sparse it out in his head and see the logic progression, but I don't think he would not. I don't think he'd be able to come. Like, I don't think he was never good at explaining stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I learned a lot from him, but the stuff that I learned from him was through observation, and the stuff even when it came to comedy, because he was such a great comedy mind, that stuff he told me, I didn't get it until I was there. What I mean is, like, conceptually, mentally, I had to already be, and then I would be like, oh, this is what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
Somebody in the chat just put, I listened to some of the old Black Phillip stuff, and to be honest, there are a lot of similarities between how Patrice and Kevin Samuels went about things. I agree.
Yes.
But Kevin Samuels was also a lousy teacher.
yeah.
He didn't teach anything.
He didn't teach anything. He just shitted on you.
Yeah.
Even when you had young girls who were like, I'm 23 years old, Kevin, I want a good man, I want a high value man, and I just want to know how I'm supposed to be, how I should be as a woman, where he could have just told, and he would be like, where's your father? Did your mother teach you to be a wife? Well, then that's the problem. And he goes, but I just, well, what do I do? How do I do? And he didn't.
He would have to kind of frame it into the thing that he was focused on, which women are they don't appreciate what's out there and their expectations are crazy based on statistics, which is correct. But Kevin Samuels would always frame everything in that way, because if it wasn't that, he didn't have another thing he could do.
Right, he didn't have the ability to go.
Yeah. Which he wasn't wrong about what he was stating.
Yeah.
He used facts brilliantly, and I agree with a lot of what he was saying.
Statistics.
But he didn't do anything to help out. Especially, most of the time it was idiots who would call up, which I don't know why you would call up.
Yeah. I know why, but
why would you be 300 pounds and then call up Kevin Samuels knowing he's going to ask what your weight is?
Because you're an abusive person. Here's a crazy thing about abusive people, and I'm men, women, otherwise. Like if you're an abusive person, in any abusive relationship, there's two parties of the abusive relationship. There is the abuser and the abusee, the person who does the abusing. Now, what happens is usually that comes from a situation where you grow up in a household where your parents are in an abusive. They have an abusive relationship. And so what happens is they don't care which position they play. They don't care if they become the abused person or they don't care if they're the abuser.
They just need to feed off the drama.
It's like you got to play. Who plays the abuser? Okay, you. And who's playing? Okay, well,
I don't care if I'm pitching or catching in that scenario.
You just need the drama.
But you need to fill the cast. Yeah. And once you fill the cast, there's a comfort in that because it's what you're accustomed to. Yeah. And so then what happens is when you go out in the world and you're creating relationships, what you're doing is you're really recreating the same relationships that you had in your household. So if you find somebody who's more fucked up than you and is abusive, you let them abuse you. If you find somebody who's softer and more kind or maybe more empathetic, then you abuse them. And as long as you maintain both of those personalities, you're fine. You're not fine, but it's normal. It feels normal to you. Yeah. So you find that people repeat that over and over again, and it's difficult and this is why I say when you were talking about the internet and this and that.
But the caveat I noticed, bro, like even like the generations of actors, like the previous generation, like for me, like growing up in India, like I see the dramatic change because in West, you kind of had open, thought process for a while, but coming from India, especially being under the rule of British, where people.
What does that have to do with actors? I'm sorry.
I'm talking about the thought process because when you listen to
what changed.
The
Vishnu, you have to figure out what you're trying to say before you.
My point is the empowerment of women,
So you're saying that women had more empowerment, what's the relevancy of acting? Instead of trashing you, I'm gonna actually dig in and find out what the fuck you're talking about.
Before, when you said, you see how it is your parents lived, and you think that's your norm, and you tend to live in that. You just play the role.
Yeah.
But now people are seeing outliers.
Doesn't matter.
And now it's like, okay, I don't have to be that way.
That doesn't matter.
Because I know certain aspects of my parents that I don't mimic.
I think it does matter. I think it
because
leads to healthier.
What I'm saying at the core of your what you are comfortable is what you're comfortable with.
But at the core, when you for example, going back to five bricks, laying the bricks, the willingness to no matter how good, how perfect your system is, nobody is going to get the best out of it unless they're willing to learn. Right?
Yeah, but Vishnu,
but isn't that the same thing?
That goes
is,
for everything, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not a
But like-
revelation.
But
like,
before your system exists, like, there is no system for people to help them, right? So even if someone wants to learn to be a certain way, there is no path for them. But now they're like, yo, let me call Dante.
doesn't matter if.
But like the
Doug,
same thing, like,
here's, I'm gonna tell you something. Doesn't matter. You know how many times I've got money consultation with guys, tell them what to do, and then the second consultation I do with them, they did none of what I told
Oh
them.
no, I agree. I'm sure. Like
How
no,
many
but-
times I've done it with them and they've done it and they've had success and then they fall back and don't do exactly what they tell them.
No, I agree with all that. Like I'm not
So
saying.
what I'm saying is, it don't matter. Like what you have to do is break the pattern at its core, and it does. All that other stuff is just noise because you have to literally be. Usually, people. Nobody wakes up and goes, "I'm going to change." There's usually something catastrophic, life-threatening, or whatever that makes people change.
Well, I think if you find for example, you are ignorant and you don't know something exists, and one day, I guess you can describe
I'll
that
give you an
as
example of what
I
he's
can
talking about
describe
that I agree with. I remember when I was younger, after 9/11, right? You get attacked by terrorists. I didn't know much about politics. I was very left-leaning, but at that point, I was like, okay, we need to go in there and attack these dudes militarily.
Right.
And I was all for it, even though I'm not. I didn't.
Right.
I'm still very socially liberal. But then when I saw people protesting, I go, this is odd that they keep protesting. Let me do some more research. And they like turned me around on it.
Yeah.
Because for a minute there, I just caught in my emotions. I was like, yeah, Donald Rumsfeld is right. This administration is right to go in there and attack these fucking guys. And then what you learn is like, oh no, the reason these people are upset is because they're going into the wrong nation for the wrong reasons. This has nothing to do with this. They're covering this up. They're covering that up. And so you can learn from that. For a
Yeah.
moment there, I found myself being conservative for like a hot second.
Yeah.
But what I would say is that the only way that you can, I would say the same way that you became hot for a hot minute conservatives is the same reason why you're liberal. In the same sense, you have this proclivity. This is how you're programmed, and this is what you follow. And then something else comes up, and it kind of makes sense to you, and then you go, okay, I'm going to go this way. What I'm saying is, if you this is why when I talk about intent, is really important. Like you can't like passively. We're moved in different ways when we don't even, and it's usually because it resonates with me. I've been, a lot of times I just watched this debate. This dude he's a nuclear physicist, and this dude was trying to talk about the difference in IQs of African people as opposed to white people and how so he's basically doing race science, right?
Is that eugenics? What is that called?
Eugenics is the genetic stuff, but what he's talking about, yeah, and to a certain extent.
Yes.
But the bottom line is he's conservative, he's MAGA, he's racist, his family's racist, and he's trying to find the thing. And the guy was pretty educated, but he's trying to find the things that
He wants to be true. Yeah.
that reinforce what he already knows, right?
Yeah, but in that.
But here's the thing. The guy who the scientist said, I would be curious to know what you have read for the counter opinion that you believe in.
Yeah.
Right? And he goes, I've seen it. Blah, 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 blah. He goes, yeah, but what have you read? Like you're citing different studies, different
What have you read
statistics.
from the other side?
Right.
Their
What
argument,
have you
yeah.
read
So-
from the? And he's read nothing.
So
Sure.
that's the difference now I see. Like, for example, you're watching TikTok videos and you get someone like saying something, and you're like, what, like, and then you listen to them, and then in the same sequence you'll get someone else reacting to it, telling you the other side of it, and you're like, oh, now I see it. Like, okay, like now I'm more educated. Like,
No, you're not.
Or in the yeah, I think you
Yeah.
are.
No,
think you're-
because what you're doing is look.
I'll give you a case in point.
Go ahead.
Stephen A. Smith went on. He was doing some political shit. It's
Cool,
right.
cool.
Right. Right. But he was going. I want to know why Joe Biden didn't release these Epstein files.
Right,
Why
right.
didn't he release it when it was
Right.
going on? And I go, okay, that's an interesting point. Yeah, I would like to know why, because it went down in that time frame.
Right.
And I go, there's got to be a reason. There's no way. No one else has brought up this point. Let me go into the comment section. And sure enough, somebody goes, yeah, it was still under investigation. Those files were not unsealable yet. They were still private or whatever you call it. They were still sealed.
Right.
So he couldn't release anything because judicially they were all still sealed while it was still being in the process of trial. Okay.
Yeah, but why did you question that and give that a thought?
Because I want to know the reality of it. Right. But my point is not that. I'm not arguing with that. I'm saying, to Vishnu's point, is that it is available now, and that does allow people to go.
Available.
I don't think it's always been.
It wasn't readily available, but here's the problem: the availability of the other opinion
is just as available.
But the confirmation of what you want to, if you want to stay, stupid and ignorant, there's even more information that you can find information that confirms what you thought in the first place.
But how many people would purposefully, for a long time of
very
long
few
term,
you're going to say how many people would go against what they believe in the first and look for the
no, but once you, for example, even me, growing up in India and moving to America.
Ooh, this sounds like a long story.
I didn't know the story of Israel Palestine. I didn't follow it as much.
Right.
So when the war started, initially I was looking at they came and killed 2,700 people, and why the fuck did they do that? And I was upset. And I took a side, and then and then as I got educated,
only 1,400 people
from the other side, and then and started hearing about why they're upset as they are. Now I'm like, okay, I get the whole picture, and now I'm not perceiving a certain fact of people as.
You also don't have a direct emotional connection to that, which give you the openness to. Oh, let me see what this is.
No, I agree.
I give you an example. I give you an example. When Vivek Ramaswamy, the Indian dude, came up, you liked that dude.
No, I like that Indian guy.
That's my point. He was an Indian guy.
Because he's Indian.
To see someone that looks like
right.
Yes,
but that's what he's saying.
That's
you have
saying.
A direct connection.
But when I realized
shit
he doesn't stand for me, I pushed him away.
I said that dude's a dirtbag, and you was like, "Well, I like that he has an Indian wife. I like that." Right. But you instantly accepted him.
I gave him a benefit of doubt more than you would because
right, that's his point.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not blindly like, oh my God, he's my color.
You absolutely were blindly into. You were not initially.
No. I always
you didn't go. Who's this?
I want to hear him out. That's what I said.
Who's this Indian dude? You would.
No, I wasn't.
Vishnu,
I
we're
know what
saying
I did,
the same thing. No, I know what you did too. You were like, here's an Indian dude. I like the fact that he has an Indian wife. I like that he's openly Indian and he talks and he's Hindu and is this. And you didn't scrutinize the dude at all. You liked him initially. That's what I'm saying.
We even talked about when he went on the Breakfast Club, because initially I was like, this dude is, because the first thing for me is when I see an Indian person, they're not eloquent because they're not good with the language. So I'm like, oh.
First of all, let me say something. Being eloquent is white.
No.
Stop. I'm trying to show you something.
Okay.
Your idea of eloquence means white. What you mean is that he's... Yes, it is.
Okay.
What you mean is he sounded white. He was articulate. He was... Yes, the fuck...
The arguments, when someone asks you a question and how you... I'm not dumb. I'm not just...
I didn't say you're dumb.
Like the answer, the value
I should have.
But the value of the answer, the research that the person puts in answering that question, you're like, okay, this guy is thinking.
He is very articulate, but he's a liar. And he's full of shit.
When I heard him more, I was like, okay, he's kind of weaving through.
Do you not understand that the simple fact that you called him articulate, right?
No, I'm telling you the factors that got me to listen to him. Because, see,
I think there's a bias when you come from an immigrant culture in this country where
there's a bias from everybody.
I'm happy, if there's a Latino person and they're in public office, I don't want them
I don't want them to fuck them up.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Not
but why do
necessarily
we do
speaking
that?
clean English.
Why do we do that?
Because they're representing us.
To me, that doesn't speak of coherence and an ability. I know you're saying that it's a white
I'm saying
thing
it's white
only.
supremacy.
It's white supremacy.
At its
but-
core, it's white supremacy.
But I understand where it comes from culturally. It's a bias. I'm agreeing with you
Yeah.
to an
But
extent.
what
it's
is
a bias.
the bias to?
No, I agree with you. I
The,
agree
why,
with you
the
there.
bias is to sound like the oppressor, to be as close to power as possible. It is the standard, the norm. The norm
but-
is if you live in a white supremacist society, white supremacy is the norm. It is the standard. Anything off that standard is not.
I agree with you.
not as good.
But look at Martin Luther King. You know, he stood against them in their eloquence, and you're like,
he did what?
he stood against white people,
You
and
got to
he
do it
made
one more time, bud.
Okay, he talked like he made his case
Yeah.
very eloquently.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that's like, you know, it's like you could say like, oh, he's speaking like a white man, but he's addressing white people with his case, and he's like speaking their language. for
where'd
them.
that get him?
Bro, but that
Answer
mood,
the question.
But
Where'd that get him?
But I mean, he might have died, but civil rights.
Why did he die?
But civil rights are there.
Why
right?
did he die?
That's his legacy. right?
Why? Answer the question. Why did he die?
Bro, I'm talking
I
about.
know that. I'm asking you a question. You can't give me the
Okay, I don't
courtesy
know
of-
why he. Okay,
He
tell me.
died because they thought he was dangerous, and he was organizing black people, and he was talking against. He was moving people away from the
standard.
the
of what was
standard
going
of
on,
just
yeah.
taking it and turning the other cheek. And they let him talk as long as he was peaceful. And when he stopped talking about peacefulness is when they killed him.
They thought they stopped him, but I don't think they stopped him by killing him.
Well, that's a whole separate
That is
conversation.
That is the
You know, because
they
the-
killed him. They stopped
I agree
him.
with you, but like as a black man, I'm sure when you heard him speak, you're like, you know, you're
Yeah, that's-
attracted
that's
to that because
emotional.
of his eloquence,
Do you know
right?
what Martin Luther King said on one of his last speeches? The same speech that he said that when he talks about character of the color
I
of
had
your,
a dream.
not the color
Yeah,
of your
yeah.
skin.
Yeah.
What he talks about is he says he made a mistake
Oh, boy.
that he didn't realize that America was as racist as it was. And that
They don't play that one at the
and
high
he-
school.
And he led black people into a building that was on fire. That's the end of that speech.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I fucked up.
So
I made a
here's-
big mistake.
like
Fuck the police.
and when he
Let's
started
burn this
to
to the
get
ground.
closer to Martin Luther King but you got to understand something, that this is the standard. And so when people look at Vivek Ramaswamy, the same thing that did you see with Ann Coulter when he did the interview with Ann Coulter? You know, it just love you, you're so articulate and you speak so well. And what she's saying is you speak white.
I agree.
Your proclivities
We're comfortable with
make
this.
me comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm not forced to be out of my comfort zone because you make me feel comfortable.
No, I agree
And then
with
what
you,
did she say? But I would never vote for you because
Yeah.
you're Indian, because you're brown.
But
So all of that comfort and the articulateness,
was irrelevant.
it did.
But what if Vivek Ramaswamy is someone who follows the values that you are talking about, the authenticity, credibility, and is
Okay.
honest?
Dante
Okay.
would appreciate
And-
that
and-
regardless of
Okay,
his
No,
so
language.
but was he honest?
No, he's not. But
Was
my
he
point is,
credible? No. Was
I
he
agree with you.
empathetic? None of the
But-
above.
but the
and
difference
whether or
is-
not he was in, I didn't dislike him because he was Indian.
Well, a
I
little
didn't
bit,
think
like a little bit.
because of Vishnu though. It was Vishnu's fault. I didn't. But if he was, well, look at Ro Khanna. I love Ro Khanna. Ro Khanna's the dude who's the Indian dude that's trying to get them to release the Epstein files.
yeah.
So and he stands on 10 toes
I
down all the
can't
time.
stand Vivek. I can't stand Cash Patel, but that doesn't mean.
Cash
yeah.
Patel's another one that just fucking lies and so. But what I'm saying is, we have a proclivity about because we have an emotional connection.
Yes.
Right. And also because we have been taught that if it ain't that the standard is whiteness.
Yeah,
And when white people feel uncomfortable, they have a problem with you feeling that you make them feel uncomfortable. And the reality is that it's just your whiteness can't be all you are. You still have to have character. You still have to have credibility. You still have to tell the truth. You still have to have empathy. And if you don't have those things, what are you ultimately? You're still full of shit.
Yeah.
Now, just because I have an emotional connection with you, which is exactly what I was arguing you about when Vivek came around. I was like, you like this guy, and you didn't even look him up. You didn't even know
I didn't do my-
that it was.
my- yeah.
And why?
I gave him a
Because
pass, yeah.
this is a white people like him. He's articulate.
Well,
Bias and a connection that you have towards it.
Yeah, exactly. But like, it's not like because white people like
Yes,
him.
it was.
No, it's
you
more,
just said it yourself.
No, it's more
You said
for
he was
me-
articulate.
Yeah, I mean.
So
that's
what does
just one
articulate
word.
mean? What does articulate
That's
mean?
one word I used. But,
What does it mean?
But there are several factors that go.
I'm not saying it's not the only factor. What I'm saying is when we say he's articulate, let me tell you something. I knew drug dealers who was nicer in math than any teacher any math teacher I ever had in college. Knew marketing, knew how to flip a brick, knew how to advertise, who would throw a 2 on it. Well, I'm going too far. But anyway, what I'm saying is
The people
this is the
fucked me over in life
This-
most are a dude in a suit with a nice clean haircut and a clean shave who
Gets you
spoke
all the
real
time.
well. That's who's fucked me over most in my life.
get you all the time. When you talk about the violence, or you talk about Chicago and these cesspool, Baltimore, Chicago, nobody has perpetuated more violence, more rape, more child pedophilia than white supremacy and white dudes in the city. And that's just, and it's also, let's be honest, there's white dudes who have stood against that and fought against that. There's guys who have always, with John Brown and other people, white dudes who stood against that, which is crazy
Bernie
because
Sanders.
Bernie Sanders and these guys but what I'm saying is the way that you get to truth, this is where you have to get to truth. You have to, the thing that you think is so, you got to go, what is the information opposing that? How much information I need to absorb? As much information opposing my position that I take, securing and I guess like making it
Defending.
And to
defending.
that point, I think like before that information, a lot of people don't have access to. But now, if you want to access it,
But there's more information
you have
that
more
can
access
confirm
to it. Yeah.
what
Your
you already
bullshit.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have any.
No, but like sometimes, you go for so far and you turn around because like you go to the other
They
side.
don't. Most people
Because-
don't.
Because
most
I've
people,
seen.
most people are sheep. People don't lead. People don't
I
go
have
against
a
the
little
grain.
bit more
It's so
hope
easy. It's
on
so
the-
huh?
I have a little bit more hope on the newer generation.
Good luck
though.
with that.
I
I'm
really
telling
do.
you what we're talking about. There, if you talk about this, or you talk about just people in any way, what I'm trying to do is instill the importance of truth and making leaders. I want you to be thought leaders. I want the people that listen to be thought leaders. And the only way they can be thought leaders is that you have to teach them how to think. So if you have this particular ideology, you got to teach them epistemology. Epistemology means the way in which you discern what's truthful or not truthful. And once you understand that, right? Once you understand what epistemology is and what the process is of that epistemology, then you got to give somebody the ability to execute that, and then you have to practice doing it over and over and over again. Every little thing you have to speak with intent. You have to act with an intent, and that is when you and when you start doing that, women find you so attractive because it comes from a place of strength. It comes from a place that you're a leader. They feel safe with you. They understand that they can trust you because you're honest in this. And even if it doesn't go down the way that you want it to go down, you don't even get that disrespect. I don't get nobody who used to fuck with me disrespectful me. Don't nobody throw no drink in my face. Don't nobody curse me out. You ain't never seen nobody cursing me the fuck out or acting crazy. And if you do, if you did, you're gonna get checked.
And the base to that is the ACE, right?
That's what I live it. I practice it all the time, and there's sometimes when I definitely fall short of that. Sometimes I fall short of that, but the point is to get to follow up with that and get to that every time. And you gotta and on a base level, I mean, you would think it's easy to tell the truth.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. Yeah.
It's hard.
It's
People get uncomfortable.
It's easy, but it's difficult.
Yeah.
You got to just be honest and say it, but you wouldn't think that you have to practice that, but you got to practice that. And that is part of the Land of Five Bricks, is literally being able to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to have a fundamental core of beliefs that you can build on, and it ain't just about getting girls.
Every behavior, as we wrap up, every behavior, like you're saying, it takes
bro,
practice.
Everything.
Before you end it, can you talk about the press conference with what's her name? Melania.
Oh,
she came out and she was like, "I have nothing to do with the."
Here's what happened. This is how he created a war to distract from the Epstein file.
Now he needs
now
a-
the
And that
war
war
is
went
so
so
bad.
bad,
They
yeah.
was like, "Yo, can
Bring
you
back-
go and talk about the Epstein? Go back and tell them that we fucking kids.
Well,
Remind them that we fuck kids, because this shit is going so bad. Gas is up in front. That's literally what's happening.
well, it's a snake eating its own tail.
Yeah,
But also the other thing was there's a book or something coming out that kind of includes her more. Because look, the guy was involved in their
Well,
lives.
that was what's going on.
There's
yeah.
a book coming out. I think she's trying to get ahead of it. Not that she is like.
Be best.
No, I'm like, I wanna read
I don't know Epstein, even though I see him all the time and go vacation with him.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Sorry.
They left her out there
We
by
late.
herself too.
I didn't realize the time was running my mouth. So yo, thanks, Dom. You should have let us know we was way over though. But
The stream on gas is going a little late from the previous show, so
Okay.
not in a big rush.
all right, cool. Pun plug.
Yo, at Get Punished, Instagram, book and search for freezer meat. That's what it is.
You go to my social media at Harry Turjanian. That's where I've been putting up newer videos and stuff on all the social media platforms. I got new clips up. Go there now. There's some good shorts up there that you'll really appreciate. And I'm starting on my podcast again. Harry Has ADHD. And, of course, our Patreon, patreon.com/manschool202. If you want more content, we're going to do a recording tomorrow, I think, and we're going to take the listeners' questions on Patreon. You get to ask the questions directly. There's classic content on there, all patreon.com/manschool202, and there's some free stuff on there too. So you could just sign up and get some of the free stuff if you want as well.
Vishnu.
And check me out, Vishnu Vaka Comedy.
Nailing
That you
V's,
pronounced
son.
correctly.
Yeah,
I
that's
noticed
it.
you didn't muddle that one.
But check me out on YouTube, bro. I just put in like a 30-minute set. I really want you guys to check it out, and if you like it,
What's
please
it called?
share it. It's I didn't name it. It's just I did a set at Brokerage Comedy Club, and I just put it out. It's like one of the top videos on my thing, and I also do storytelling. So check me out.
All right, cool.
Keep it funny.
Vishnu Vaka Comedy.
Yo,
Thank you, bro.
everybody on Godfrey and Trust, please, Godfrey We Trust, please also sign up for
Subscribe on that Man School.
Subscribe on Man School
Yeah.
and hit the bell so when I go live, y'all know what's going on. You know DanteandHarry.com. Click on consult if y'all need consultations. I'll tell you what we'll do tomorrow on anybody who's not on the Patreon, we will cover the 5 bricks. When we on the next episode of Patreon.com, I will explain the first step in detail. Maybe we'll even do 2 episodes of just explaining it in detail. So at least if you're on the Patreon, you at least get a. I mean, you're still gonna have to talk to me and adjust, but at least you get the basic foundation of.
What's his
what it
name,
is.
bro? Did you hear him? Patreon, check it out.
Thank you, brother. Couldn't have done it without you, baby.
Thanks, bro.
GYBB, get your balls back. WWDD, What Would Dante Do? The Sexual Revolution is being podcasted. Love y'all. We out of here.
Man School 202. Better hear what I've got to say because you won't get it again.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't.